Had too much wine last night. Hope you feel better. Andrea got pretty lit last night too. I just today's New Year's Day if you're watching in the future on YouTube. I made her drink a ton of water though, like a few liters of water just to make sure that she was feeling alright this morning. I'm excited to be doing a long session of Dreamfall: The Longest Journey. This is one of the best written game series I've ever played, The Longest Journey. And because it's on Subblock, we play it in little 1 hour chunks. It'd be nice to do a long anniversary one. So thanks Yukipo for subbing for a year. Let's go ahead and boot up. We're out of Stark. We're now in Arcadia. I was still trying to find April Ryan, and there's some people who are after me because of that. So let's see what I can do. Happy New Year's Eve. Thanks, Yukipo. Appreciate that. So because I don't have a cell phone while I'm in here, does that mean that I can't like check my log? I'm not sure.
You're super awesome. Thanks.
Dream or no dream. We already talked to Blind Bob. Got him his wine. Go see Crazy Clara who lives up Crap End. Okay, so I need to explore some more areas to find that.
Spices! We've got spices!
This was the game where VSync being disabled screwed up the audio, and we could not figure out why. For like 4 hours.
This market used to be crowded before the Azadi closed these gates. Now most people go to the West Gate.
The Azadi have brought us peace and prosperity. So what if there are soldiers everywhere?
The ghetto's closed by order of the Office of the Emissary.
I need to go to Crab Bend.
Closed by order of the Office of the Emissary.
What's inside?
That's the ghetto. It's not a good place for humans. I'd stay away if I were you.
Why is it closed?
We're cleaning out the trash, confiscating contraband. Magicals don't have any respect for the law.
The south missed the old market.
There's some,
Nothing to see here, citizen. Move along.
We're still seeing how Arcadia was affected by the events of the first game. There's pretty massive societal impacts to Stark. We just got to Arcadia last episode, so I don't know too much about it yet.
These doors and windows are all locked or boarded up. Does anyone even live here anymore? It doesn't look like anyone lives here anymore. It doesn't look like anyone lives here anymore. Hi there.
Hey, we made it. I think this door was blocked off before.
You've been a bad girl, Clara. You'll have to be punished. My baby, my baby. Gone, gone, gone.
Baby?
What happened to your baby?
Are you a spook? Do you dangle? Never fraternize with spooks, Clara. They can eat your soul.
As far as I know, I'm not a dangler.
I'm pretty sure I'm not a spook.
But you do dangle.
I do? I honestly don't know.
Dangle from their necks, the murderers do. Mind you stay good, Clara, or you dangle too. And then you turn into a spook.
Oh, no, I don't dangle. I'm alive, see?
No! Clara has been bad. She must be punished. No, please, no, it burns. Pretty thing, pretty thing. No more, please, no more.
God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to... Are you okay?
My baby, my beautiful baby. All gone, all gone. Sleep now, beautiful. Everything will be better in the morning. I'm sorry, Flower, I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to hurt you, Clara. So, you lost something? Or someone?
My baby.
Yes, that part I got. Your baby. Is it a child? A pet?
Westerlings caught him in a net. Just like a butterfly. That's illegal, that is. Can't have that now, can we? Boxed him right up. We'll take care of him, put him to sleep for you. Pretty thing. Poor thing. My baby.
So it is your pet? A dog? Cat? I'm guessing there are stranger pets in this world.
No stranger. Best friend. You'll never have friends. You've been bad. No, please no. My friend.
You said the Westerlings took him. Who are the Westerlings?
I don't think we met the Westerlings in Longest Journey 1.
Stand back. What's that you've got there, eh? Give us that thing right now.
The soldiers took him. What did they do with him?
We'll take care of him, we will. Gone. But close. So close. I still hear him, my baby. I still hear him crying.
Do you want me to help you find your baby?
Find
There's
baby?
the classic.
Yes, if I can. I'll try. Do you know where he is?
Caged up like the
Been part of our
diamond. He was
stock animation library for decades.
Never again. Never, never.
Don't say that. We'll find him, okay?
It's interesting how, like, this game has the same, like, stock animations associated with dialogue line style of Deadly Premonition, but it's fine in 2006 because the rest of the graphics don't look like they should be supporting, like, full motion capture, right? It's a lot less jarring when the character, like, transitions from just standing and talking to suddenly having her arms crossed.
That tower looks like bad news. I'm not going in there.
Oh, we're definitely going in that tower eventually. Alright, so I know the guard she's talking about that took her pet. So I'll go back and track them down here in a second. Sound like it was the path to the ghetto. If you're new to The Longest Journey, it's an adventure game series featuring a futuristic Earth called Stark, which is completely free of magic. The ability to make portals to a like fantasy world called Arcadia that we're in right now. So it's kind of like sci-fi fantasy. We are in Fantasy Town. This is this character's first time being here. She wasn't really aware that it existed, but she's looking for the protagonist of the first game. And they're all important for different reasons. This game was originally on the OG Xbox, so as with all OG Xbox ports, the port's not very good. Controls are a little janky.
The ghetto's closed.
He won't let anyone into the ghetto.
The ghetto's closed.
Guarding contraband merchandise confiscated from those thieves. Hey! We can't go in there.
She's a thieving magical, okay. Longest Journey was like a top-down, point-and-click, like pre-rendered background type of game, and then they transitioned to doing it full 3D for this one, which is really impressive how they managed to translate some of the backgrounds from the original game in this. Like, all these areas are pretty familiar to me. But yeah, the controls are more than a little janky. The way you line up with whether you're going to target something, I think you press... yeah, right trigger, and then your character turns to highlight things that you can select. It's pretty janky. Presumably there's a way for me to get in there from the back. Keep looking.
These machines are really noisy. I wonder what they're used for.
The machines are all new. That's after the cataclysm at the end of the first game, which like mixed the world of science with the world of magic.
I told you to stay away from there.
I don't think this guy, like, turns around ever, does he?
The ghetto's full of contraband goods. Once in a while, we have to go in there to clear it out.
He's guarding that alley. I wonder what's in there.
How do I get his attention is the question.
I'm here to pick up some necessities. I know there are much better markets in town, but I live up Crab Bend, and this is convenient.
The best thing about the Southgate market was the performers. I like the jugglers and the fortune tellers, and also those half-naked Southlander dancers.
These machines are really noisy. I wonder what they're used for.
Those rebels are causing trouble for everyone. Why can't they just leave us be and go back to the caves they came from?
Half the businesses round here have had to close down. The taverns too. I really miss.
We're only here to protect and to serve. There's no reason to fear us.
I'm sure that's true.
Why did they have to close down both the Cock and the Puss and the Salty Seaman? Those were my two favorite bars.
Wonderful names for those bars.
Morning, dear. You look hungry. Do you want some soup?
Sure, can I pour it on the guards?
Go to the refuge. We shelter and feed the homeless and the penniless.
No, thank you. I'm not hungry.
Very well, dear. Come back if you change your mind.
I have nothing to sell.
She's operating a soup kitchen.
Hello again, dear. Did you change your mind? Would you like a cup of soup?
No, thank you.
Very well, dear.
Get your fish fresh from the ocean.
Thank you so much, young lady.
It's the spice guy from last episode.
Wonderful.
Alright, I'm gonna go back and talk to Clara and see if she has ideas for me. I need to distract that guard though, and I don't have any items in my inventory just yet.
It doesn't look like anyone lives here anymore. It doesn't look like anyone lives here anymore. It doesn't look like anyone lives here anymore.
Do you think anyone lives here anymore?
It doesn't look like anyone lives here anymore. Hello again, Clara.
My baby?
Working on
Not
it.
yet, but I'll try my best, okay?
I don't want you to try your best, Clara. I want you to do your best. Gone, gone, gone.
That must be Clara. She certainly looks the part.
Okay, let's see if... Mr. Baby... Taken by the soldiers and put in a cage. If I can get her baby back, she'll go uncrazy. And tell me where to find Minstrum Magda. That would be nice. I have a feeling it's not going to be that
It doesn't look
easy.
like anyone lives here anymore. It doesn't look like anyone lives here anymore.
Tried seeing if there was an alternate path in there. I don't think it involves sneaking, because the guard never seems to turn around. Maybe I can use this big creature.
Best fish in town, fresh out of the water.
Yeah, that's the trick.
That must be Crazy Clara's pet. It's really cute.
Be nice, little pet. Oh, perfect. The best of all worlds.
Best fish in town, fresh out of the water.
I'm glad that that worked on my first try, because I may have ruled it out as being what I was supposed to do. If I had, like, stood in slightly the wrong place. Aww.
I see you got your baby back.
Safe now. You're happy. So happy.
I'm glad. Look, I'm trying to find Minstrum Magda. Do you know where she is?
Magda? Where is Magda?
That's what I need to know. Please, could you try and focus for a second? I really need to find Minstrum Magda.
Cup of soup, Clara? Says the soup lady. Oh, yes, please. Right you are.
Hey, we met the soup lady. Perfect.
Salt not soup, our favorite.
What do you mean? Oh, soup lady, as in soup kitchen. She runs a soup kitchen.
Soup. Soup for the poor and homeless.
Turning someone uncrazy by doing them a minor favor
Peas and
isn't a
carrots
huge
in it.
success.
And not only peas and carrots, but dubious lumps too.
Where is Magda's soup kitchen?
I go down there every morning to have my soup. I do. She's nice, she is. The soup lady. You ask her nicely, I'm sure she'll give you a cup too.
Down where? The market?
We're just down the street, Clara, at the Southgate Market from sunrise till midday every day. You come by any time, you hear?
That's right. The soup kitchen. I pass right by it. Thanks, Clara. Take good care of your baby, okay? He's a beautiful pet.
Wave goodbye now. Wave goodbye, little one.
Kind of excited to see what they do with Dreamfall Chapters, which is the last game that got kickstarted. They kind of had to like wrap up the story pretty quickly. This whole series could really use a modern remake if they could raise the money for it.
Hello again, dear. Did you change your mind? Would you like a cup of soup?
No, thank you. Are you Minstrum Magda?
Shh, not so loud. There are ears everywhere. Who are
Clever.
you? What do you want?
I'm just looking for Minstrum Magda.
I don't know any Minstrum Magda. There are no Minstrum in this city. Not anymore.
But I was told that that Minstrum...
Like I said, there are none left.
I didn't know that. I don't know anything. I was just told that Magda could help me.
And who, pray tell, told you that?
Technically, it was the innkeeper.
The innkeeper at the Journeyman.
Oh? And who would that be?
Oh, geez. Shoot. I think it's Ben
Her name is
Selm.
Ben Rime Salmon.
I see. So Ben Reed
Hey!
to find
All
Magda.
right. Months
Why
of
would you
ancient
do a thing
memory.
like that?
She was also
Because
in the original Longest Journey, I think.
I'm, not from around here.
That much is quite obvious. Very well, dear. I do believe that you're as lost as you seem to be. I'm Magda. Just Magda, mind, and you would do well to address me as such. Either that or ma'am. No titles, no honorifics. Ben Rime ought to have made that clear to you. I will try and assist you with any questions that you may have, and maybe even point you in the right direction. But be discreet. Like I said, there are ears everywhere.
Why did the innkeeper tell me to see you?
Most likely because I have assisted travelers like you before. But the times have changed.
Okay, so she knows I'm from Stark.
Marcuria
Got
has
it.
become a very dangerous place for people like yourself. For me too, but I belong here. You do not.
You think? I just want to go home.
And so you should, with haste. There's no adventure to be had here. Not anymore.
So there's nothing you can do for me?
Like I said, I will
Setting has a
assist you
lot
with
in
any
common and it
questions
owes a
you may
lot
have,
to
and I will
Narnia.
point you in the
I think I
right
like it better than
direction.
Narnia, though.
But that is all
I was super into those books as a kid.
Do you know anyone by the name of April Ryan?
April?
One
I
Pacific.
may have heard that name before. What would you with her?
I don't know. I need to find her.
Does it
We
have
have
lion
something in
Jesus?
common, and I think
And a bunch of other
she's in trouble.
super on the nose
And
Christian
you intend
allegories.
to save her. How do you propose to do that?
I don't know that either.
I think Narnia is
just
still
need to
enjoyable
find her.
despite being a pretty direct allegory in a lot
Well,
of cases.
I apologize, but I cannot help you there.
Can you help me get back to my world?
No, I cannot. It's too dangerous, but I can point you in the
Dragon
direction of
Jesus,
someone
Dragon
who
Soup.
might be able to help you. You will need to enter Old Town. They call it the Magic Ghetto these days, after our protectors rebuilt the wall. The entrance to the ghetto is across the square. The gate is usually open, but right now the soldiers are conducting a raid. You will have to wait until they open the gates again.
Where do I go once I'm on the inside?
Seek out an artisan of the magic craft. Their skills have been mostly outlawed by the Azadi, except inside the ghetto. A practitioner of the craft might be able to help you draw on your latent talents to open a gateway. But be careful. If the Azadi were to learn of your origins and powers, they would show no mercy. You would be sent away to stand trial.
That's
They
fair.
fear magic, these foreigners. They are doing their best to control it, and everyone who uses it. And I fear they may be succeeding in their endeavors. Like I said, you would stand a better chance of getting home if you visited Old Town.
Tolkien was pretty, extremely anti-allegory. I think he just didn't like that people accused him of writing The Lord of the Rings as an allegory for World War II, and wanted to separate himself from the Narnia books. No, C.S. Lewis was a good dude. He had a really good philosophy, and, the final message of the last battle is, remarkably universalist and progressive for Lewis's time. I also like Lewis's other, overtly religious books, like Screwtape Letters, are still quite good.
What's the Magic Ghetto?
It used to be called Old Town, the oldest neighborhood in
Yeah, they're not
Marcuria.
bad.
Now it's a prison in disguise.
Narnia works particularly for me because
Marcuria have been forced
C.S. Lewis
behind
was such a
these
good dude.
walls to protect them from the humans. At night, the gates are closed, and there are often raids. Homes are turned upside down. Good, honest people are arrested,
And what?
they are taken away, never to be seen again. The Azadi call them terrorists. But they are shopkeepers and tailors and poets. The only terrorists here are... But no, we do not speak ill of the Azadi. They have done so much for us.
Interesting how much of a writer's moral compass you can intuit from reading fiction. Yeah. No kidding.
Who are the Azadi?
They are our protectors and our guests. They helped liberate Marcuria from the Tyrant armies 10 years ago. And then they decided to stay.
So the city's under occupation?
Not at all. And you would do well not to speak ill of the Azadi, lest you fancy seeing the inside of Friar's Keep. They are here to unify and convert the Northlands in the name of their goddess. And they are very particular about their faith.
So they haven't made it completely clear whether the Azadi come from Stark, but they're definitely here because of the invasion of stuff from Stark.
I would leave the topic be if I were you.
From the events of the first game.
Why can't I call you by your full name?
Minstrum is not a name.
It's a title.
It's a title I carried before the Azadi banned the Sentinel from the city. And it's a position I no longer hold. It belongs to the past. And I don't wish to speak of it here where the walls have ears.
That makes sense.
Thank you.
You watch yourself out there. Don't get in the way of the Azadi soldiers. If they knew whence you
They're either from Stark or extremely
I'll be
anti-Stark.
careful. Bye.
They seem to be anti-magic, so...
Hey!
Former seems more likely.
What do you want?
I hear you're looking for a way into the ghetto.
Who told you... Oh, wait. Weren't you at the inn this morning?
Not here. There are soldiers around. Follow me.
I'm not following you anywhere.
I can show you a way into the ghetto.
Just hold on a minute. Who are you?
My name is... It's Worm.
Worm? That doesn't exactly inspire trust.
What are you talking about?
How do I know I can trust you?
Back at the inn, I heard you say the name. April Ryan.
You know her?
I may know how to get into...
They did a good job with the cinematography in that scene, too, because they showed him overhearing us and running away when I said it.
If you overheard me talking to the innkeeper, you know I'm not from around here. I can't just follow any stranger I meet on the street. I mean, how do I know you won't lead me into a dark alley, knock me out, tie me up, and drag me into a basement somewhere?
I promise I won't drag you into a basement. Besides, what choice do you have? You're stuck here, aren't you?
One thing I love about this series is the protagonists are all smart and genre savvy.
She's the one you're looking for, right?
Okay, fine. So I don't have much of a choice. But if you're lying to me, I'll scream. I can scream pretty loud.
I'm sure you can. I promise, no basements. Come on.
Alright, follow this guy.
Hurry up. We don't want anyone. Stay close.
Working on it.
This is it. We're almost there. It's just around the corner.
Yeah, that was fast.
Now.
God damn it.
Careful, Siobhan. She's a screamer. Raven will be pleased that we bagged as a spy. Asking about you. There's no question about it. She's a spy.
She does not look Azadi.
Like that matters. You can't tell and you can't trust anyone. Let's get rid of her.
Bryn?
That was pretty good.
Is, let's not take any chances.
I really just like trusted him for no reason as a player.
I would have detected it. There's something peculiar about her, but no magic.
Peculiar? What did I tell you? She's a spy, all right? Come on, let's get rid of her.
Quiet. I'll speak with her. Alone.
What? Why?
Bryn, don't make me lose my patience with you. You need to trust me.
But
Recognize that voice.
Bryn, come. Now.
Fine. Fine. But don't say I didn't warn you.
So,
hey.
Why are you asking questions about me?
Where am I?
She's been here for a minute now.
I'm asking the questions here.
Wait, you're April, aren't you? I recognize you from the picture.
What? What picture?
A picture of you and your friends. Charlie and Emma.
I think time flows differently in Arcadia, like it does in Narnia.
House in Newport. Charlie told me about you. That you disappeared and that...
Whoa, slow down, slow down. You know Charlie and Emma? How's that even... How are they doing?
I only just met them. At the Fringe. Back in my world.
Stark. I'm guessing you're not a spy.
I don't even know how I got here. Last thing I remember, I was at the Fringe. I was going upstairs to make a call.
And the twins showed up.
Black. When I woke up, I was in this strange place. A subterranean city. And there were these creatures. I had to fight them. And all the time I was saying to myself, it's just a dream, Zoe. Just a dream. Except
it's no dream. I know the feeling. When I first came here, I refused to believe what my eyes and ears were telling me. But you learn to accept the truth. You have to. You're a shifter. You've traveled through the divide between worlds. You're in Arcadia.
A shifter? That's what Ben Rime and Minstrum Magda told me. What's a shifter?
It'll take too long to explain. You're special. How's that? You can travel between worlds.
Travel? So how do I get back to our world?
Your world, not mine. You just do it. Once you learn how, it's like blinking with your mind.
But I can't even remember how I got here in the first place.
First couple of times, it's hard. It's easier when you're asleep.
I wasn't sleeping. At least...
I'm interested to see how much time has passed for April.
It's fuzzy.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. What's your name?
Zoe.
Look, Zoe, I'd let you go, but I don't want you walking around out there asking questions, drawing attention to yourself. We'll have to put you somewhere... safe. Until you can find your way back to Stark.
No. No, I'm here now, and I need your help.
What? Why?
Something's happening back in the real world. In my world. and I think you're connected to it somehow. I've been receiving this strange message, like I don't know, a vision broadcast through the wire. I keep seeing a snowy landscape with a scary black house.
It's the area from the end of the first game.
And a little girl. Find April Ryan, she says. Save her. Over and over again.
Receiving? How? Through dreams?
No, on screens. It's like some kind of static interference. What does it mean?
Don't ask me. I don't need saving. You've got the wrong woman.
I don't think so. This girl, she led me to your room where I found
Never
the
played
picture.
before.
It
Sounds
can't
good,
be a
Dickie. Be down to check it out.
It can't? You're sure about that? Look, Stark's not my world anymore. You got problems, you figure them out. That's what I had to do.
You shoot me that as a whisper, I'll
I'm
add
done
it to
with
the
the
list.
saving of the world. Ask someone else.
Oh,
You
interesting.
get back.
She's
Either
like
that, or
Luke
we
in Last
lock you
Jedi.
up somewhere until you figure out how to use your powers.
And what do I tell your friends?
Tell them whatever you want. The April Ryan they knew is dead. I'm not part of their world anymore.
That's cool.
So you're not going to help me? You're not curious to find out why I keep getting these messages about you? What if something big is going down and...
Like I said, not my problem. I've played my part. Just leave me alone. Now, do you want to go back or not?
I do. Of course I do.
Good. Like I said, if this doesn't work, we'll have to make other arrangements. We're going to put you under hypnosis and unlock the part of your subconscious that controls your shifting powers. Lie down on that bed, and I'll be right back.
It's pretty great. I really like that they set up the whole, you're just going to knock me out and put me in a basement. And then that exact thing happens, but they're the good guys, sort of.
To travel. I will help you remember what you have not yet learned.
And I'll end up back in Newport.
Can't guarantee you that. You might end up somewhere else. Just try and focus on a familiar place. A safe place.
So you're not going to help me?
You don't need my help. Lie still.
What's she talking about?
Something's going on back in our world. A good friend of mine's disappeared and
you need to not talk. Or would you rather have me lock you up?
And I think
she's
April
really
can help
become
me
a
find out
grub.
what's happened to him and why. So why won't you?
Because I have enough trouble in my life already. Because I'm fighting a war and because I'm done with your world. Now this is your final chance. Close your eyes. Breathe slowly. Don't speak. Listen to Naane's voice.
Ne'a.
Did you know the Azadi are opposed to April?
Listen to my voice. Let it carry you into yourself, into the secret places in your mind. Ane'an, Ayan-an, Ayan-an.
I don't feel a thing. What's this supposed to...
What just happened?
I do not know, April-an. She did not open a shift. And her clothes...
The imposter. Buffy.
They're still here. Where did she go?
Jedi died.
I have never seen anything like it. It is almost as though she was smoke blown away by a wind.
Is she dead?
I cannot say. I do not feel her here, in this world. But I will say this. I do not think this girl is a shifter.
Then what is she? And where did she go?
That's kind of cool that you're not a shifter in the sequel. This game does a really good job of dropping you into a sequel, but still kind of like having a Luke Skywalker, like, confused protagonist that needs to be explained things. Like, I feel like if you just played Dreamfall and never played the first one, that it would still be very doable. You get some bonus value from having played the first game, but it's not strictly necessary. There's not too many stories that could say the same thing, I think. Oh shit. This game is not designed to be a fighting game, so the fighting's not super good. Hopefully I can just win through brute force.
You boys might make warriors someday.
Oh, yeah, right. What's up with that? It's our first time playing. Well, no, we did do a sequence where we played as April. This is our first introduction to this character. Yeah, for sure. Partly because it was like there was no combat in The Longest Journey, but it was like a top-down point and click, so it didn't really make sense to include it. But yeah, the Deadly Premonition comparison is apt.
What do you want? A pat on your rump? You did well, but you can do even better.
Fortunately, it's pretty infrequent. It's about the frequency of the combat in like Shenmue.
Not bad, Kian. You did well out there today.
Thank you, Master, but your praise shames me. The light of the goddess blinds my opponents and guides my sword to victory.
Your skill with the sword is unmatched, Kian, and so is your faith, but the one does not equate with the other.
What do you mean, Master?
Your devotion to your faith and your prowess with a blade should never be confused. Religion and war mix as well as dry grass and a flaming torch.
How can that be? I hold
It's a
my
good
sword in the name of
analogy.
my faith, and my faith is the shield that protects me from harm. They are like two rings intertwined.
Or like a pair of snakes eating each other's tails. Don't be blinded by rhetoric, Kian. I've taught you better than that.
But the mission, Garmon.
Politics! When did you become a woman? Your dedication to the mission is a waste of your potential and your time. With great talent comes great responsibility. You could be a powerful man, Kian. Instead, you've chosen life as a puppet. A puppet!
Well, you've never approved of my
Someone's old
calling.
public
I have pledged
character.
my life to the goddess, and I have vowed to protect her word.
The word of the goddess does not require your protection, and you have pledged your life to the Six, not the goddess. Don't confuse the two.
On this, we will never see eye to eye, Master. I am an apostle of the faith, and I have...
1,000 pardons, Apostle.
Excuse me, Master. Yes, Child Anna.
The Six require your presence, Apostle.
When?
My apologies, Apostle. They said to bring you immediately.
Thank you. Master, forgive me.
Of course, Kian.
The name Garmin sounds familiar from the first game, but I don't know if I've met him at length.
Nozan, into
I have to look it up.
And try not to swing your swords like shy little schoolgirls this time around.
Please, Apostle, we must hurry.
You look like two lovers out for a stroll in the moonlight.
These are all new characters. Yeah, okay, new characters. But presumably we're still in Arcadia. This doesn't look like Stark.
They are waiting, Apostle.
There's no hope for any of you.
Legend of the Six, not the goddess. Seems like this is the Azadi, the occupying force in Arcadia.
Apostle, our apologies for calling you away while you were training.
We know that you are busy with the initiates, but this could not wait.
We have just had word from our armies in the east, and it worries us deeply.
Our dearest Apostle, we have a very important task for you.
Yes, Mistress.
Apostle, you know how some Eastlanders still resist our noble efforts at uniting their fractured nations and bringing the word to their goddessless lives.
They're definitely the Azadi.
Continues unabated, of course. Nothing shall stand between the glory of the goddess and those lost ones who have strayed from her light. But still there are a few who have chosen to oppose us. Those misguided pagans have become a dangerous obstacle in the path.
Apostle Kian, we need you to travel east to those heathen lands, to bring the word to the heretics.
There is a man who leads these rebellious few, these insurgents. A man whose hands are soiled with the blood of many trueborn. A daemon.
You must travel tonight to the Havens, Apostle, and board a cloud ship bound for the city of Marcuria. When you reach your destination, you will seek out this
Some of the
man.
best nouns in fiction are in this
Butcher.
series.
They call him the Scorpion. You must seek him out, and you must convert him.
By the letting of his blood, he shall be reborn into the next life, where he may find forgiveness in the glory of the goddess.
Find this rebel leader,
this scorpion, and let your blade kiss his throat. This is your mission, Kian Alvane.
As you please, mistress. Your word is my path.
You will leave now with haste. May the goddess be with you, Apostle.
We actually had a perspective shift at the very beginning of the game, too. I forgot about that.
I shall be vigilant.
Played as Westhouse or Westhouse from the first game.
Blessed be the path. Blessed be the word. Blessed be the mission.
Interesting. So I wonder if he's going to continue to be a player character, or it's just like a way to cut away without it just being a cutscene.
If not him, then who? He is our most faithful apostle.
He knows not to question our word. He will complete his mission.
The prophet was adamant. There is much resting on this task. It is the last obstacle, the prophet said. When it is done,
the light of the goddess will wash across the world like a tidal wave, drowning all those who lack faith.
So they're
May
good
that
guys.
day come swiftly, and may the goddess aid the apostle in his mission. The future of our empire rests on his shoulders now.
We know these guys are opposed to April Ryan, so they're probably bad. I'm guessing the apostle might not be bad. Oh, we're still controlling him. Interesting. Okay.
Go with the 6, Apostle.
These soldiers are charged with the protection of the 6 and of the Council. It is a great honor to be considered for such a duty.
When the day comes, you have to fight a real enemy. May the goddess take your souls swiftly.
Zealous, religious, imperialists are usually not the good guys.
I am being sent to the
They made it pretty clear in that cutscene that the Azadi aren't great.
The ocean. I must leave with haste.
With haste? I see. Another heathen who needs converting.
There's great darkness in this
way
world.
to put it.
Is it not our duty to illuminate the darkness with the light of the goddess?
I see.
We cannot take the sunrise to the dead of night
I
here.
see.
Like everyone else, we must wait for dawn.
Must we have this discussion again, Master? It seems to me you question everything I believe in.
Not so, Kian. You know I'm a man of faith. What I am questioning is our right to impose our faith on others. I've been to these eastern lands and they...
And is it not a place full of darkness and sin? Would it not be better off under the guiding light of our faith and the mercy of the goddess?
What would you have me answer? There is indeed arrogance, oppression, murder and fear in those lands. But there's also beauty, freedom and humility. And the brightest day has the darkest shadows, Kian. Remember that.
I must depart now, Master. The cloud ship leaves the havens at first light and my duty beckons.
Duty or no duty?
I like pre-rendered backgrounds or like paintings.
To be right, and not what others tell you is right. I'll see you when you get back. You can tell me all about the
Longest Journey has
Eastlanders
aged
and how
really
you
well. This one
rescued
is
a
not
maiden
aged as
from a
well.
life of sin. May you walk with the goddess, Kian.
And the light of the goddess upon you, Master Gama.
They did fortunately go for like a stylized look instead of trying to be photorealistic, which I think helps it quite a bit. The main problem is the controls. That's why I'm excited to see Dreamfall Chapters, since that's a more recent release.
You alright, girl?
Oh, nice.
Where am I?
You're still at the Friends. You don't remember?
Soulless prequel, Obi-Wan.
How did I get back here?
Back?
It's admirable that they recreated all the environments from the pre-rendered backgrounds in full 3D, though.
You were drugged.
What?
That's what it looks like. I checked the cameras, but there was nothing on them. The crystals were wiped. When we found you last night, I called a friend of mine, a doctor. She came by and checked you out. She said you were on some kind of synth, but that you'd sleep it off. So I closed the room and kept an eye on you all night.
That's not possible. I was...
So she's not a shifter, but she can...
April.
Astral project to Arcadia with technology
April
and drugs?
Ryan. I was in Arcadia, the place she spoke about. I was there. So I couldn't possibly have been here.
Disappeared.
Zoe, look, I've been checking in on you every 15 minutes all night long. You couldn't have gone anywhere without me noticing. You were fed some kind of hallucinogenic. You've probably been having very vivid dreams.
That's impossible. I was there. I spoke with April. She wasn't very cooperative. But I did speak with her.
All I know is that you've been sleeping right here since we found you. You left Emma and me at the table to make a call. 20 minutes later, some guests found you passed out in the booth. They gave up their reservation quite willingly. They didn't want to get involved.
Sorry about that.
Sorry? Girl, it's not your fault that someone drugged you. But you might want to consider getting out of this before you get hurt.
I can't just abandon Reza.
I really miss this brand of like 80s, 90s style dark fantasy.
Did you see whoever did this to me?
You don't remember anything?
No. Last night's a blur.
Labyrinth, never-ending story.
The first thing I remember is waking up in... No, I don't remember anything from the Fringe.
I didn't see anyone. But apparently our friend Marcus Crozier checked in just before the incident. And he brought 2 guests.
Wait. I remember... part of it. Marcus. The twins.
Twins?
They're working together. They were in Reza's apartment back in Casablanca, and they were here last night.
So they must have been the ones who drugged you.
Maybe. But I don't understand why they didn't just... kill me. I mean, that's the second time they've attacked me, and I'm still walking.
If there's one thing I've learned, it's not to look a gift horse in the mouth. You're alive. Don't ask too many questions.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I should just go home while I'm still... After all, Marcus turned out to be a big mistake on my part. And if Reza's gotten himself into something really dangerous... Besides, I don't know where to go from here.
Reza's like her kind of ex-boyfriend, sort of boyfriend.
Good idea, girl.
It's a journalist that went missing, uncovering something to do with Arcadia.
But pretty good, considering.
The main thrust of the narrative has been tracking them down so
Early this
far.
morning. She has a show later today in Moscow. I promised I'd keep her updated.
So what are you going to tell her?
I don't know. What you just told me, I guess. Who knows? Even if it was a dream, maybe you really did speak with April.
It felt real enough. I don't know. I need to sort things out in my head. I guess I will go home. I don't feel like crossing paths with Marcus or the twins again.
Yeah,
They were probably just trying to scare you. Your
Aren't they
friend
making
seems
a
to be onto
Dark Crystal
pretty big
tactical
story.
RPG for the Switch or something like that?
I just hope that... Ow.
You okay, Zoe?
Just my head. Yeah, I'm okay.
You can stay here as long as you need to. And I can call my doctor friend again. No need to go to a hospital.
No, I should go home. Thanks, Charlie. I really appreciate it.
No problem, girl. Drop by if you're ever in town again, and keep me updated if you find your friend.
Does the new Dark Crystal show have Muppets?
If you hear from April.
I will, Charlie.
There's tons
Thanks
of
for
puppets on The
everything.
Mandalorian, and I love it. I'm so happy that they didn't do all the creatures with CG. There's a couple CG creatures, or CG-enhanced creatures, but... Alright, this is back to the coffee shop from the original game.
Hola, sweetie. It's me. Where are you?
Hi, Liv. I'm still in Newport.
She's the,
I'm on my way home. Any news?
tech junkie pawn shop worker.
Japan? I decrypted Reza's notes. Well, most of them. Okay, some of them. I'm still working on it, but I found out that he was investigating WATIcorp.
WATIcorp? Really? My God, that's pretty huge. What was he investigating?
Yeah, I saw that scar
But he was
with
in contact
Baby
with
Yoda.
4 people at Wati, one of whom was the dead girl in his apartment. From his notes, my guess is that after leaving Newport, he would be heading to Wati City, on the island of Hokkaido in northern Japan. That's where WATIcorp HQ is located. That's also everything I've got so far, I'm afraid. I'll keep working on Reza's notes, and I'll have more info for you when you get there.
You mean Japan?
You know, I'd try and convince you not to go, but you seemed pretty set on trying
Stark
to
in this
Reza
setting
down.
is like a very
And all signs
cyberpunk,
point to
like
Japan.
I know.
corporate control.
I have to keep going.
dystopia sci-fi world.
Not now, not this time.
This game actually predicted a lot of technology too.
If I quit.
Is everything all right,
So did the original.
Yes and no. I'm
orchestra.
fine. I'm not hurt or anything, but things have happened. I don't have time to get into it right now. But it'll make a hell of a story someday.
As long as you're okay, sweetie. Like I said, I'll keep working on the notepad, and I'll call you when you get to Wati City. Safe journey.
All right, Liv. Take care.
Cyberpunk, unfortunately, is feeling like the most likely sci-fi future.
I'm so excited, I just can't sleep.
I wish I had that much space on a plane. Her dad's pretty wealthy, but I assume she's not using that.
Always had a feeling you would show.
All right, so tell me about the tower.
It is as most things Azadi, large, wasteful, and arrogant. I have never seen its like. They are building a ladder to the heavens.
Maybe it's a temple of sorts. I may not know a lot about the enemy, but they're pretty religious.
To call the Azadi religious would be like calling the sun warm. Their faith is all they have. If we shake that, the war is ours.
I love these fucking
I don't
games.
think
They're so
that's a
good.
viable strategy, Chuan. But it's good to know that they have a weakness. Faith is
Really
a
would love them to
double-edged
do a
sword.
remake of all of them.
This tower of theirs may be another weakness. When I was there earlier, I noticed they were still building. They have put up wooden platforms for the workers to climb.
It's gonna make a great
Scaffolds.
Netflix series too. I wonder if anyone's
Next to the tower?
On
pitched
the
that
tower.
to was it Ragnar
If one were to
Tornquist?
climb it, one might find a way into the tower.
Perfect. I need to check it out for myself. That tower must be very important to the Azadi. And like you said, it could be another weakness of theirs.
You will go alone.
I need to. If there are more of us,
We are easier to spot. And if you are caught, someone still needs to return to the city with the supplies. That is our mission.
Yeah, the
That's
voice
what
acting
you
is
want.
perfect. I
I'll be
agree.
back before dawn.
Watch
Some
your
of the
back,
best
Raven.
of that decade, like 1995 to 2005-ish. Oh, now I'm controlling April. There was a short section with April earlier that was
Watch
combat
your back,
oriented.
Raven.
If there's one thing we have enough of, it's weaponry.
So, what are we doing tonight?
We are not doing anything. You're staying here with Chuan. I'm going out.
What? You can't go on a mission without us.
I'm not going on a mission, Bryn. I'm just taking a walk.
Right. And that girl didn't ask you for help.
Which girl?
The one who disappeared. The one from that place that we can't talk about. She asked for your help, and you just dismissed her.
Bryn, you don't understand. That girl Zoe, she was asking for the impossible. I left her world behind a decade ago.
Okay, so it has been about
I
10
swore
years.
to never go back, and now I can't. Even if I wanted to. There are other matters to attend to. Other people who depend on me. On us. Whatever it was she was asking for, she'll have to find it somewhere else. Trust me, it's not impossible.
I don't agree. If you hadn't risked your life to save mine, I wouldn't be here now. I wouldn't be fighting on your side, and there'd be a lot more Azadi walking around. You took a chance when you killed those soldiers back then, and it paid off, didn't it? I'm alive, and I'm on your team. It was risky, but it was the right thing to do.
It's not the same thing. This is our world. Whatever goes on in the other world, it doesn't concern us.
I think you're wrong, but it doesn't matter what I think. I'm still just a kid to you, right?
Pretty much.
Bryn!
I think this could work as a TV show. I guess part of the issue is it's very much exploring a setting. I'm trying to think, like, is there like a show that is willing to just kind of do like, okay, in this episode we learn about this fantasy race or these peoples. Like, I think you could still break it up into episodes and have a fun cliffhanger at the end. It seems like the water cooler cliffhanger is unfortunately becoming like a requirement for TV these days. After all of the crazy cliffhanger endings in Game of Thrones, like every fantasy show runner is wanting to do something like that.
Will you need any assistance tonight, April Ann?
I'll go alone. There may not be a curfew yet, but the soldiers will still notice 2 or 3 where they would ignore 1.
That is true, and I need to speak with someone who can supply us with the herbs, potions, and medicines we need.
Well, with Torbear in jail and Hamish doing business with the Azadi, Old Town's our best bet, but it closes with the sun.
Tomorrow morning, then, first thing.
Sounds good, but you'll have to go alone.
Subvert all expectations for
Siobhan and
expensive
Bryn are
story.
taking care of the food tomorrow. Benrime's helping them get in touch with some sympathizers.
So be it. I shall make inquiries in Old Town in the morning. May the stars shine on you and your endeavors tonight, April Ann. Or what is it you sometimes say? Break a foot?
Break a leg. But I like may the stars shine on you better, Naane.
Yes. Like, I think the first game, and especially this game, they're not like overly expositive. It's not just like, okay, let's go here and meet this person and then spend, many lines of text explaining who they are and what their deal is. I think it does a really good job of avoiding that for the most part. Like, very good dialogue precision in general. But, like, the first game feels a lot like, okay, now we go to the bird people culture. Now we're going to go to the mermaid people culture. And, like, you can kind of think of those as independent episodes. And, like, April has an arc throughout the whole thing. And I think it would work for TV. I think it works really well as a video game because you can spend as much or as little time as you like with each of the cultures. And the TV show wouldn't have that luxury.
Where are you going at this hour?
Business. I may return late.
Well, you know where the key is, April.
Keep an eye on Bryn. Make sure he doesn't follow me.
That boy. He takes after you, April. He adores you. You have a responsibility to...
Responsibility? There's that word again. He's an adult. I can't babysit Bryn forever.
You saved his life. You're the only family he has. Do not forget that. You may seek danger, even death yourself. But do not forget that others rely on you.
They should find someone else to rely on. I can't be anyone's guardian angel. Or mother.
You have little faith in yourself and others, child. But I shall not bother you with my lecturing anymore. I have work to do. Good luck tonight. Whatever it is you're doing. Take care of yourself. If not for your sake, then for everyone else's.
Well, she's just been upstairs here the whole time. It's pretty great.
Apples. Maybe we should bring a couple of barrels back to the swamplands. I think people would appreciate that.
If you don't control April, like, for real until 5 hours into the game, and after they've done a good job of setting her up if you didn't play the first one. Normally, I'm kind of, even though Alan Moore is kind of a dick, his whole point of, like, why would you want to adapt, a graphic novel into a movie or a TV show, like, it's a graphic novel, the story is there, if you want to read it, read it. But here I think it would be good to have, like, a TV show, because this is such a cool story, and I feel like even gamers might be held off from playing it just because the first one's kind of an older point-and-click adventure game that has some really obtuse puzzles. And this one, it does really well as far as the obtuse puzzles go, but the controls haven't aged well because it's an original Xbox game. So, like, either a Netflix adaptation so more people can see the story, or just a full remake of the first couple games, and like Yuko was saying, keep all the voice acting because it's basically perfect.
Coldstone Gate used to be open day and night.
Clean up the mechanics a bit. Anyway, I really, really like it. Happy to be playing it. Thank you for sharing it again, Yuko. Maybe I'll shoot an email to Ragnar Tornquist. Like, hey, now's the time. The Witcher's doing really well on Netflix.
You can't come through here. There's a curfew.
Everyone's trying to fill the void left behind by Game of Thrones.
Coldstone Gate used to be open day and night. Not anymore.
It's like, it's a very specific subgenre too, like whimsical dark fantasy. I would say his Dark Materials is in a similar space, but it's a little bit too dark to be whimsical. Claims for the sweet Netflix money where they upload. And there's things you can do in different media, right? Like, I enjoy that there were certain scenes that worked better in the Game of Thrones TV show than they did in the books.
Be careful at night, citizen. It's hard to tell friend from foe. We have to be cautious with these rebels a bit.
I enjoy working nights. It's so calm and peaceful. A man can hear himself think.
The curfew begins at midnight. Make certain you're home by then.
Can do. Do I still have a journal here? Okay.
The guards are a bit more vigilant at night. I should stay away from them.
Roger. So, like, The Longest Journey sort of felt like it ended before I could finish telling the story I wanted to tell. Not quite as abruptly as, like, Golden Sun 1, but, you know, in that vein. But so far, this feels like, just from a storytelling perspective, the best way to do a sequel. Like, I really like starting with Zoe, getting some more information about what's going on with Stark, just kind of drip-feeding the lore to you. Hearing the name April Ryan early on, but not being too confused about who she is. Like, if this was a movie, this would be, like, the best possible way to handle it, I feel like. That actually kind of reminds me of Narnia as well, because the Narnia sequels would often follow a completely different character. They might include, like, one carryover character. Like, who's in the Silver Chair? Eustace and... I forget the girl's name. They did a pretty good job of having, like, one character who's now familiar with the crazy fantasy elements and a character who's, like, a newbie that is, like, an audience surrogate. I think I'm supposed to be able to go out that. I can't tell.
That gate is firmly locked at night. No one gets in, and absolutely no one gets out.
This is the way to the tower, I think. I think I meant to go this way. Let's see. Old Town. Assume they'd block me from coming this way if this wasn't generally the right direction.
Heat houses, flush toilets, generate power, but they're becoming ubiquitous.
Because of the crossover with Stark. Try to release the creature. Definitely is a guard over here.
What are you doing out at this hour, citizen? Return to your home and go to bed.
There may not be much traffic here at night, but a single guard watching the gate? The Azadi are getting careless. Good.
I wish I'd been posted to guard the tower instead of this desolate corner of the city.
I don't know what these machines do. Heat house. There's no one getting in. There's no one get.
I wonder what my betrothed is doing now. She lives in Tehran. Told me she'd wait for me. Even though I'll be here for many years.
Yeah, that might not turn out great. Surprised they let me come all the way back here if they didn't want me to do something back here, but I can back up and explore the other areas, but see if I can figure it out.
I don't know what these machines do. Heat houses, flush toilets, generate power, but they're becoming ubiquitous.
The old Sentinel building is closed off. We're not going that way. Oops. I guess let me save really quick while I'm thinking about it. This game doesn't really do punishing game overs, but just in case. Here's the inn.
You can't come through here. There's a curfew. The ghetto will reopen in the morning.
They're enforcing the curfew in Old Town.
How do I get around that?
Coldstone Gate used to be open day and night. Not anymore.
Pop back in the tavern really quick and see if they have any ideas for me.
The ambience here in the Journeyman sure has changed since my last visit to the city.
It's a bit quiet these days, but Benrima still serves the best food and drink in town. No question about it.
This is one of the few places left that looks exactly like it did before the Azadi came, except for that modern beer tap.
Benrimi's burned all the forbidden books, and she's bought a bunch of Azadi-approved ones. No one reads those.
The bars and taverns
Really interested in
near the
what's going
town
on with the
filled
Azadi. They gotta be
I prefer
connected to
it
Stark
here.
in some way. Something's not right. I don't think Benrima has anything
I
to
shouldn't
say.
waste my time anymore.
Alright, I'm gonna look it up really quick. I don't want to wander back and forth too much. Dreamfall. Chapter 5. Oh, that's the thing that autofills when you type the longest journey. Chapter 5 bug. I don't think we got a bug, but I'll still check. April's talking with Chawan. Go in the tower's direction. Oh. I needed to use sneak. Okay, that's why I was stuck. Got it. Scaffolding over here, presumably. I think it's that guard over there by the scaffolding. Okay. Gotcha. The sneak mechanic is a cool idea. Sometimes it's hard to tell when you're supposed to use it.
I'll need to find a way to get onto the scaffolding without being spotted. I need to find a way onto the scaffolding, but not until I've taken care of that I'll need to find a way.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Alarm!
Shit. I had a button, but I didn't get close enough to the guy.
Alarm! Rebel!
Stop calling the alarm. I guess if I had pressed the button without letting off with the stick, we would have had it. I did comment on the guards.
I should get on with it before someone finds his body.
Not spending a lot of money. Here we go. Progress. Glad they didn't make me climb all the way up that manually. It was really slow.
The door is slightly ajar. If I do that, I'm sure to be noticed.
What a thrill. Exactly.
That must be the Azadi emissary, Sahya. I've never seen her up close before. Who's she talking to?
Darth Sidious.
The delays are out of my hands, Prophet.
Oh, the Prophet.
Rebel raids in the north have impeded deliveries of the necessary raw materials, and further reinforcements from Sadir are not... Of course, I understand perfectly.
It's,
We will finish on time. We have
Riku.
taken on more workers, and we are making progress by the day. We will reclaim the time lost, Prophet. The tower will stand ready for the inauguration. I swear by the Six that I shall not disappoint you.
Spooky
Sadir
evil
has sent an
whispering.
apostle to take care of that particular problem. They say that he is one of the best, though I have yet to meet him in person.
Kian.
He arrives soon.
The apostle's job is to
As you
murder
wish,
people. Because
I will
that's
put my most trusted man
spreading
to
the
the
faith in a
task.
way.
Please, Yes. You have made that abundantly clear on several occasions. It will not come to that. I will not fail you. All will be as you have asked, Prophet. May the goddess bless your path, Prophet. Her light will wash across this world and cleanse it of evil.
That was strange. I should try and follow him, find out who this mysterious person is.
Nice sneaking jab.
Alisa, bring me my supper. I shall be dining in my office tonight.
Hey, thanks, game. Brought me right back down. Alright, where's the Prophet?
Hey, that's the man I saw in the emissary's office. I should follow him. A I'd like to find out who this prophet is.
Oh, weird. What's he doing going in the tavern? Benrime, you see a weird dude?
Yes, what is... Oh, April. You've returned. Good. Did you want something?
Where did the man in the cloak go?
Who?
The man who just walked through the door. He was wearing a hooded cloak.
No one fitting that description has been in here, April. It's a slow night, I would have noticed.
That's impossible. I saw him walk in here with my own eyes.
Well, I may be old, child, but I am not blind. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have much to do.
I know I saw him walk in here. He couldn't have just vanished. Benrime installed that mechanical beer tap to stay on good terms with the Azadi. She hates using it. It keeps breaking down.
Ooh. Prophetess shifter? This is where Zoe... Well, she ended up in that weird cave system. Hey, we're in Japan.
Olivia?
Yes, sweetie, it's me. Are you Reza?
What? You're breaking up, Liv.
Static's getting worse by the hour. Parts of the wire are down. Can you hear me?
Barely. This is crazy.
I know. We'll have to keep it short. Any news about Reza?
Not yet, but I just arrived in Wati City.
What's it like there?
Nice. Chilly, but nice. What's going on?
Still working. Reza's
If you're gonna do Cyberpunk, you gotta go to Neo Tokyo at some point, right?
well. In the meantime, you'll need to find a way inside the corporate campus.
I didn't get all of that, Liv, but call me when you have a name, okay? Hello?
Won't take long. The encryption's military grade, but I'm almost there.
Okay, that's good. I should get going. Oh, and Olivia?
Yes, sweetie?
Thank you. I really appreciate the help.
Don't be silly. Friend too. I'd turn the world upside down to find him.
I know. Thanks anyway.
The connection's deteriorating, sweetie. I'll get back to work and bring you up as soon as I have something. Bye!
Really hope nothing bad happens to Olivia. Seems like all of her, like, illegal military encryption breakings and having a consequence at some point. Hey, Klacks, Happy New Year. How are you doing?
There's only chewing gum left. I don't even like gum. Every pack comes with a special Wati sticker. Okay, that's something. I'll need to use my mobile to make a purchase.
Gum.
Hey, there's a free sticker inside. It's a colourful sticker with a cartoon Watilla on it. It says, "Chew you later."
Oh, they're the company that made the little robot gorilla. Gotcha. Okay,
I
got all the
need my
stickers.
mobile to use the machine. Ticket machine. It sells tickets to the WATIcorp museum. Out of order. Please purchase your tickets at the ticket office. So typical.
Apple Pay is a thing, right? Google Wallet.
Wati City was built by WATIcorp. There's no place like it. It's safe, clean, and everyone's part of the happy Wati family.
Sure, everyone's very happy.
Everyone's waiting for WATIcorp to reveal what Project Alchera is all about. I think it's a new robot to replace the Watilla.
It's empty. The dustbin automatically incinerates its contents every 10 minutes or so.
Cool.
Should be here by now.
Sumimasen?
Huh? Gomenasai. I thought you were someone else. I apologize.
Thought it was someone else.
Who did you think I was?
Huh? Oh. My fiance, Yuriko. She's late. She's never this late. I tried calling her, but there was just static.
So the wire's fucked up.
Ah, who am I kidding? She probably decided not to come.
I'm sure that's not the case. She was probably just held up somewhere.
You don't know her like I do. She's very fastidious. She would have called. No, I have neglected her one time too many. And now she's left me.
Poor guy.
But
I can't wait for her anymore. I have to go.
Never got to ask him the museum question. Whoops. Get it before it gets incinerated. Oh, a ticket piece.
it's one half of a museum ticket.
You can combine it with the sticker, right? Okay.
My daughter works over on the main campus, across the canyon. She's doing a lot of overtime. I haven't seen her in weeks.
Hello there.
Oh. Hello, miss.
My name's Zoe. What's yours?
Oh. I'm Rico, Miss Zoe-san.
Nice to meet you, Rico.
Nice to meet you, too.
Are you okay, Rico? You don't look very happy.
Oh. Well, my big brother Ren was supposed to look after me while grandmother and my little brother Hiro went to the museum. But then Ren met this girl and he left me here by myself. Now Uba-san and Hiro are at the museum and I don't have a ticket.
That doesn't sound very nice of Ren.
He likes girls. More than he likes me, anyway.
Well, honey, that's men for you. Can't you just call your grandma?
I tried, but I can't get through. And since the machine is broken, I can't buy a ticket.
Because the wire's down. Perfect.
Until they come back.
Do you know how to get to the museum?
Oh, yes. You have to ride the cable car, but you need a ticket to do that.
Where can I buy a ticket?
The ticket office is closed on Sundays, and the machine is broken, so you can't.
Without WATIcorp, this would be just another dreary industrial town.
I've been thinking about leaving Wati City and moving to Africa. My options are a bit limited here.
It's empty. The dustbin automatically
Can I use the sticker to hold it together?
10 minutes or so.
Nice. Value.
The sticker seems to hold the two pieces together well. Hi, are you waiting for someone?
What? Yes. Oh, no. Not exactly. Someone was
Zudico?
waiting for me, only. He probably left already. I'm very late.
You had a date with your boyfriend to visit the museum?
How did you know?
He was here waiting for you. But he left a little while ago.
He did. Was he upset? Did he say anything?
He's pretty upset.
He seemed to believe you weren't going to show up, and that it was all his fault.
Oh no.
I tried to get here in time, but my train was held up. I even tried to call, but there was only static. I didn't mean to do this to him.
It's not anyone's fault that you were delayed.
You're right, but he's been going through a lot at work lately. It's really affected his confidence, and I haven't been supportive enough. I knew I should have caught an earlier train.
If you tell him why you were so late, I'm sure he won't be upset.
I hope so. Thank you so much for the advice. I don't really have any way of showing my gratitude. But maybe you would like my ticket to the museum. I won't need it now.
Give us a little girl.
Great. I've been trying to get one, but the machine's out of order and the ticket office is closed.
What a happy coincidence. Here you go, and thanks again.
Just give it to the little girl.
Oh, hello, Miss Zoe-san.
Hi, Rico. I have to go now, Rico.
Oh, thank you for chatting with me, Miss Zoe-san. Maybe I'll see you later?
Rico?
Yes? Oh, hello, Miss Zoe-san.
I managed to get hold of an extra ticket for you.
Oh, really? Thank you so much, Miss Zoe-san. Now I can go to the museum to find Ubasan and Hiro. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No probs.
All eyes will be on WATIcorp in the very near future, I'm sure.
Excuse me.
There's a walkway over to the other side of the canyon, but it's blocked by these turnstiles.
Alright. I think I've explored everything here. Let's go take the tram thing.
Ticket. Oh, okay. It's for getting into the cable car and across the canyon to the museum.
Welcome to WATIcorp, inventors of the Watilla, the Bunny Bot, and the most popular and advanced entertainment technology in the world. Please take a seat and stand clear of the closing doors. We will be departing shortly.
Well, if we're gonna run into the prophet guy here, that'd be wild.
Journey into the heart of WATIcorp and experience the amazing history behind one of the planet's most successful corporations. From the Wati entertainment system to the Watilla and beyond, WATIcorp has provided mankind with love, happiness, and billions of hours of entertainment.
They're supposed to be like Nintendo, like cyberpunk dystopia Nintendo.
Home entertainment with the most exciting new
Maybe they're more like Sony, that would be my guess.
History, Project Alchera.
Nintendo's been pretty much just in the video game space, but Sony...
Expanding happy family. The future of entertainment is Wati bright. Please ensure that you have all your belongings with you when you leave the car. Enjoy your visit to the WATIcorp Museum.
Sony Corp.
Hey, so do you have a name for me?
The name. Told you I'd... Encryption. So, are you inside yet?
The line's even worse than before, Liv. I can barely hear you.
Hold on. Let me... There. I've switched us over to a classified eye channel. That should stabilize things quite a bit. Of course, the Eye's agent software will also light up like a Christmas tree, so we need to be quick. Are you inside WATIcorp yet?
Working on it.
Atta girl. So, the person you need to get in touch with is one Damien Kavanaugh, with a C. And an A-U-G-H. And an A-V-A-N in the middle. Reza was in touch with Kavanaugh through Rio Kuruki, the dead girl in his apartment. Rio and Damien worked together.
I remember Reza talking to Rio on the phone when I last saw him. So Damien Kavanagh's the source. How do I find him?
He's a resident of Wati City, but he's not currently on the wire. I believe WATIcorp's shielded. Mobiles won't work inside the main campus. If he's not on the wire, he must be at work. Either that or the static's messing things up.
We'll have to bet on the former, since I'm already heading into the lion's den. Where exactly does he work?
Don't know. I could dig into the Wati databank, but it might trigger some alarms. And we don't want to trigger any alarms, sweetie. I do know that Rio Kuruki worked as a systems analyst in biotech and that Kavanaugh's in software. I'll keep digging, and I'll send you a message if I find any more info on the guy. We should stick to just messages from now on. This connection's too risky, and the static's interfering with everything else.
Okay. I will find him.
It's the capital S static.
Good luck, sweetie.
Part of
and
the
be
leftovers from the...
Shit. Agents have locked on. Got to run.
Liv? Olivia? I hope she's okay.
Yeah, no kidding. There's been a lot of sacrifices for Zoe so far. Static was caused by the events of the first game. Some kind of disruption to communications. You still have to run into like a dragon CEO, right? Like, that's
what are you doing?
Cyberpunk fantasy as you can get.
Get away from there. That exhibit is very expensive. It's not meant to be touched.
Hero, what are you doing? I told him to keep his hands off the exhibit, sir. I apologize for my grandson's behavior.
You should do a better job of keeping your grandson in check, ma'am.
If you do that again, Hero, we're going straight home, and you're not getting any dessert tonight.
It's a lot of
Before the
Watillas.
more realistic, gorilla-like Watilla was put into production, this early prototype was tested in limited release. It had many of the same mannerisms as the final Watilla, but it lacked our favorite friend's furry appearance and soothing personality. Unlike the Watilla we know today, the prototype was also programmed to randomly wet itself, a feature that met with much controversy and frustration.
That makes sense.
Hi there. Not a big talker, are you? Or maybe you're just shy. Okay.
Alright then.
Enjoy your stay at the WATIcorp Museum, ma'am.
He looks just right for the job. Touching the exhibits will trigger the alarm. Touching the exhibits will trigger the alarm.
Please, ma'am, do not touch the exhibits.
Sorry. There's like a hand icon, right?
Touching the exhibits will trigger the alarm.
The first bunny bot
There
was
we go.
10 feet tall and weighed more than 300 kilograms. After several unfortunate casualties, of which WATIcorp has been completely absolved,
of course,
a smaller and lighter version was put into production. The bunny bot has remained one of WATIcorp's most popular toy bots, and it's still being sold to happy children and concerned adults across the world today.
So, like I said, both The Longest Journey and this game have done a pretty good job of predicting, like, technology trends. This isn't that absurd that, like, a normal consumer computer product, like, the next stage of evolution of Google Home is a little, like, robot toy that you have, right? It's kind of cool.
The original Roboy has gone through many design changes in the past century. These two versions, from 2132 and 2159 respectively, were slight variations on Dr. Peats' original award-winning design. The Roboy on the right-hand side of the display is still considered by some to be what is ultimate marriage between form and function.
little stuffed animal gorilla guy.
The fourth generation Watilla, introduced in 2198, has become the most successful.
The Watilla in this game is basically a Google Home, but inside of a talking toy gorilla.
Watilla is a beloved friend and companion for billions of children and adults. What's next for Wati's favorite toy bot? We aren't telling, but the future sure looks Waterific.
I love coming to the museum. It's so clean and quiet. But I don't much care for the exhibits. They're too garish.
I apologize for the mess. We had some trouble with one of the exhibits. It went berserk. Don't worry, almost no one was seriously hurt.
Almost no one.
Roboy, seen here in its original version, was WATIcorp's 5th generation humanoid robot. Designed by Dr. Alvin Peats himself and released in 2104, it became an immediate bestseller. This particular design lasted for almost 20 years. Roboy is known for his winning personality, his helpful attitude, and his dogged persistence. He is also known for being the first robot with ADHD.
It's interesting how safe they play it with the technology in Stark. Like, you see some settings that are just a little bit too much in too little time, right? There's a couple that do it responsibly. Like, I really like that Mass Effect takes place not that far in the future at all for what they've discovered. But it does a really good job of exploring the consequences of that. It's like, after we discovered Mass Effect technology, we got up to speed pretty fast. So 2100s.
That door is for staff only.
Really? I'm sorry. I was, looking for a bathroom.
No bathroom, staff only. Sorry.
The only way I'm getting past that is if Olivia gives me a hand. Not literally, of course. That would be so wrong.
Hey, it's a little girl that I helped.
What are you doing here? Obazan told you to stay with Ren.
Yes, but Ren left me and I was all by myself. But then this nice lady helped me at...
Haha, you're such a crybaby.
Shut up, I am not a crybaby.
R2, crybaby, crybaby, crybaby.
Well, you wet your bed and you're afraid of the dark.
Liar, I'm not afraid of anything.
Yes, you are. You're afraid of everything and you're a chicken.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'll prove it.
This is good.
Gojira! Gojira!
My most treasured possession.
Okay, we have another one of these lockpick puzzles. Yay, distraction. It's a Roomba.
It's a ventilation duct used by the bots to connect between different parts of the building. It won't budge. I'll need to wait until that bot comes back. It won't budge. I'll need to wait until that bot comes back.
Here it comes.
This is my chance. I'll have to hurry.
Go ahead and save really quick.
Locked. It's a cleaning bot. I'm guessing it patrols a limited area.
What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here.
I'm...
Bribe. Trick her into thinking I work
What do you mean
here.
I'm not supposed to be here? I work here.
Really? So where's your ID?
My... ID?
Static's been causing trouble everywhere.
Oh, shit. The static must be interfering with the systems again. Is your ID working?
What? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Let me just call the elevator for you, ma'am.
Hey.
So... No, nothing. Sorry.
Love this game.
What?
Sorry. Just clearing my throat. Dry air. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. The air.
Dry. Mm-hmm.
Almost there.
The elevators to Carlsbad Caverns are pretty packed. So Andrew has to get on a pretty packed elevator going in the mine. Uh-oh.
Please, honored guest, do not leave the waiting area without an authorized escort. Thank you, and have a fulfilling and productive day.
Thanks, security robot. Appreciate you not, like, shooting me in the face.
It's closed. It's closed.
Doo-doo. Oh, shit.
Emergency exit. It's probably hooked up to an alarm system.
Unauthorized intrusion. Our honored guests are requested and required to stay behind the line and inside.
It's closed. Security bird.
Our honored guests are requested and required to
That
stay
zaps
behind
me
the
to send me
line
back to the
and
line. It's
inside
pretty
the
great.
waiting area until an authorized escort arrives. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Please, honored guest, do not leave the waiting area without an authorized escort. Thank you, and have a fulfilling and productive day.
Ooh, I'm trying.
It's closed. It's closed.
You know that one turns around.
Your unauthorized intrusion has triggered my security routines. I will proceed to utilize force. Our honored guests are requested and
Don't utilize force. Okay, well, I know where I'm going at least. Sorry.
Please, honored guest, do not leave the waiting area without an authorized escort. Thank you, and have a fulfilling and productive day. Your our honored
Shit.
guests are requested.
I can still get too close to it when I'm right behind it. Hey, sir, how you
Inside
doing?
the waiting area until an authorized escort arrives. Thank you. Please, honored guest, do not leave the waiting area without an authorized escort. Thank you, and have a fulfilling and productive day.
Good. Everything's fine. Alright, first try. Probably another one in here, though. Save.
This must be Damien Kavanagh's office, and that's the only person I see in here. So, Damien?
Hello, can I help you?
Oh, the Apostle just got sent out to go track down bad people that are opposed to the Azadi. And we controlled April for a bit, and she chased a prophet from the Azadi through a shift, so she's probably in Stark right now. And it seems like April Ryan doesn't actually have the ability to shift. She can, like, astral project while dreaming, or at least she was given a drug that forced her to do that. I don't know if it's like an inherent power that she has.
I'm a friend of Reza Tamiz.
Who?
Jericho.
Jesus, how did you... Wait, let me just...
What did you just do?
I made sure that this
The Apostle's definitely opposed to April.
How did you get in here? This place is a bloody fortress.
I'm getting good at finding my way into impenetrable fortresses. I'm Zoe.
Damien Cav... You already know who I am, which I find sorely disturbing. I told Jericho that he couldn't talk to anyone about this. Did Jericho send you? I haven't been able to contact him.
Jericho's gone. Something's happened to him. But he left me enough info to locate you.
He's disappeared. Oh, Jesus. That's not good. What about Rio? She went to see Jericho 5 days ago.
She's dead.
Are you close?
We work together. Why? What's happened?
I think she's dead.
Are you serious? Oh, Jesus. I'm in way over my head in this one. I shouldn't have asked her to go. What happened to her?
I don't know. I found her in Jericho's apartment. She was hooked up to this white plastic thing, and there were wires going into her head.
The Dreamer.
What?
That's what it's called. A Dreamer. It's not supposed to kill you.
I know. They hooked me up to one.
Who hooked you up to a Dreamer?
2 girls. Twins. I don't know who they work for, but I'm guessing they're connected to your company.
I've seen them around. They work for Miss Gilmore, the president.
I think maybe they got to Rio as well. And they're after Jericho... after Reza. I was hoping he'd made it here.
I haven't heard from him since Thursday. Sorry. Rio rang me when she got into Casablanca and told me she'd met with Jericho.
That must have been right before... I found her in Jericho's apartment, and minutes later the Eye raided the place. I was arrested, but they let me go the next morning.
Is there anyone who isn't involved in this?
This? What? I decided to track Reza down in order to help him. He's my best friend. But I don't know what this is, or what I've gotten myself involved in. Now Reza's vanished, and you're the only lead I have left. Can you please just tell me what this is.
You don't know anything.
Built a machine to astral project into
Reza
Arcadia.
never shares his stories with me. I know that WATIcorp is working on something, and that they've been testing it out on people in Newport. You called it the Dreamer. I know that the Dreamer is probably connected to the static somehow, and that is most likely what Reza was investigating in the first place. And I also know that WATIcorp is keen to keep all of this under wraps. Keen enough to kill people. Apart from that, I have no idea who you are, what you've told Reza, what Rio was doing in his apartment, and what this Dreamer thing is all about. So you're going to have to fill me in, and I'm not leaving here until you do. I've come too far to go back now. If I can't help Reza, at least I want to know why. I want the truth.
Right. Well, okay. I understand you want the truth. I wish I could tell you. I'm putting myself at great risk here, Zoe. I don't know who you are. For all I know, you could be working for the corporation. And then again, if you do...
Oh, thanks, Kiki. I'll pick it up.
Anyway, so... You're right about all of it. We, WATIcorp's working on something big. The Dreamer. It's a device that'll let you dream anything you've got a mind to dream. Lucid dreams.
Oh, interesting.
And in control.
So it's not intended to go to Arcadia.
Every other entertainment medium would simply disappear overnight. Why watch a movie when you can dream it?
That's much cooler.
It was the biggest thing in history, and it was supposed to go on the market in a few months from now. However, about 3 months ago, something happened. There was a contamination in the network that connects each Dreamer console with the central processor,
what Wati is.
I used to work on the network code, the parts that link the Dreamers with DreamNet. When the problem appeared, my bosses asked me to head up the group charged with identifying the problem on this end, to weed out the bugs.
The static.
What I discovered was that DreamNet was beginning to slip out of our control. There was a contamination, but it wasn't a bug.
Some kind of Dreamfall, the longest
I
stream.
figured someone had hacked into the network and introduced a virus or worm, something sneaky and adaptable. It didn't take me long to realize there was a link between the static and our problems. The static wasn't the cause, it was the effect. Whatever had infiltrated DreamNet was, for lack of a better word, leaking out onto the wire, causing glitches and system crashes. When I told my supervisors, I was instructed to not ask any questions and to just keep working on the problem. So I did what they told me.
Probably someone from Arcadia doing magic shit to fuck around with it.
Deeper on my own. And that's when I met Rio. She was working with the biological systems that run our code and operates DreamNet, the central processor known as Dreamcore. She'd been digging too, and like me, she'd reached an impasse. So we started working together to identify and nail down the contamination. We figured that sooner or later the static would be traced back to WATIcorp, and then we.
See, I thought the static was a result of the events of the first game, but maybe it still kind of is.
So we kept digging, and then one day, about a week ago, we discovered something that changed everything. We discovered the truth behind Project Alchera, behind DreamNet, behind the Dreamers. Wati isn't making these things to entertain people. They're making them to spy on and to control people. DreamNet was designed to record people's dreams. Dreamcore was designed to analyze them. WATIcorp can extract private and personal information about anyone who's ever been connected to a Dreamer. And that's just the beginning. By feeding data back through the Dreamer, they can...
People weren't really thinking about privacy invasion as a world collapsing thing back in 2006.
The biggest brainwashing experiment of all time, disguised as mindless entertainment.
And now someone's hacking into it.
What? Oh, right. Exactly. Someone's trying to take control of the network, the most dangerous weapon of all time. Rio and I, we realized we had to tell someone. But we also knew that the corporation would do anything to protect their secret. If we went to the media, we'd be dead. We had to find someone with the guts to expose Wati, while protecting our identities.
The hand that bites.
Who better to expose this conspiracy than Jericho and his notorious feed? We knew he wouldn't be afraid to
Their
go
friend
against
Reza's journalist for Hand That Bites.
Rio went over to Casablanca to meet him. She brought a prototype Dreamer with her to prove we weren't crazy. We knew the risk, but what else could we do? And now... I can't believe Rio's dead. And Jericho. I'm afraid that if nothing's done, this'll keep escalating. The static will get worse. DreamNet will be hijacked, or the corporation will launch the Dreamer. Anywhere you turn it, it's bad. Real bad.
This is... And you're sure about this, Damien? It sounds like science fiction.
The people behind it seem to believe that it's possible. And the Dreamer works. I've tried it many times. It's incredible. Like nothing you've ever experienced.
But to know that they have free access to your innermost thoughts...
I won't use it again, that's for sure. Not with everything I know now.
Is there anything you can do to stop it?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it since I first realized what was happening. The static's starting to kill people. And if the Dreamer launches, I don't want to think about what might happen then. So yes, something can probably be done, but I can't do it by myself. The plan was for Rio to help me when she got back from Casablanca.
Now she's dead.
I don't know who else to trust. So, I'm a bit stuck.
There's just me.
Trust me?
Yeah, I know, but you're not... I can't just ask. Why would you want to help?
Friends with Jericho.
How can I not help? I may not be any closer to finding Reza, but at least I can do my part in exposing this conspiracy.
It's too dangerous. You could get caught. Or worse.
If you knew what I'd been through these past few days, you wouldn't say that. Whatever it is you need me to do, I'll do it.
Are you sure?
Damien, we don't have a choice. This is what Reza was doing. He was taking a stand. He was risking his life to expose WATIcorp. I can't run away from this one.
I do like that this builds back into the Watilla from the beginning of the game, that it's the same company that made it. It's elegant.
Sounds like you've really thought this one through. Okay.
Evil Sony. Well, more evil Sony.
Well,
more evil future
Sony.
Sony.
Arrived in the nick of time. If we're doing this, we have to do it now.
Just tell me what we're doing. I'm ready.
Okay, good. So we need evidence. We need to know where the intrusion is coming from, and we need to stop the static from causing any more damage.
So how do we do all that?
I have to stay here. This is the only place I can access the system from. You, on the other hand, you're going on a long hike into the Wati caves.
Caves? Nani?
From the time I open this door, you have 30 minutes to make it down to minus 58. That shouldn't be too hard. At least you don't have to go up. Yet.
I'm fit.
You definitely look it. Okay, one moment. Alright, Zoe, so you know what to do.
I go down to Sublevel 58. In exactly half an hour from now, you'll disengage the alarm, and I'll open the door.
Remember that once you're through, the door will be tagged for maintenance by the security systems. If you open it again before the scheduled time, we're screwed.
I got that.
And the rest of it?
I got it. All of it.
Good. Keep in mind that I can't call you while we're inside the building, so we won't be in touch until this is over.
Good choice to skip past the planning, I think.
Thanks, Damien. You too.
From a screenplay perspective, like, it's... You want to be careful showing your characters planning everything out. Because you either want the plan to go awry if you do that, or it's like a heist movie. That's a D8, right?
I have to wait until Damien disengages the alarm. Still a few minutes left. I have to wait.
If things go exactly according to plan, then, like, why did you bother showing all the planning, right? You just basically showed the same thing twice. So in a video game, it's cool because you're actually enacting it. They can skip past the planning part.
First off, keep an eye out for spiders. If they spot you, you're toast.
Yeah, I do like doing it now in
Use
flashback.
doorways and ventilation shafts to hide in when they're close. Stay quiet and out of sight, and you'll be fine. Alright, so in order to get into the dream core itself, you need to find a way into the offices surrounding the core room. And to do that, we have to cut the power to the doors. I can shut down the necessary grids if you can patch me into the closed-circuit system down there. Locate and remove the wall panel marked PSA1 and upload the software I gave you directly into the system.
PSA1.
The panel is on the outer wall of the hallway, on the opposite side of where you come in, close to the doors to subsection 2. May be hard to spot, so keep your eyes open. And remember to keep your eyes and ears open for spiders. I want you back in one piece.
Okie doke.
I'm guessing this is the cybernetics office.
Shit. Give up sooner. Doo-doo. There's a vent for me to hide in, okay. I can make it to that one. Oh, not that side. This side, please. Another vent for me to hide it.
This looks like the security office. Damien told me not to go in there until I'm ready. The security's pretty heavy.
Everything's fine. We're good. Uh-oh.
It's a data key scanner.
Shit. Not sure if it looks in the wall here. Not the lockpick. To be close to looping all the way around here, though.
This must be the laboratory.
Just double check the... One second. Karen from Mocha Loco. Storm to organic computer, get out undetected. Find a panel on the outer wall of the hallway. I think I was supposed to do that one already. Okay, I'll keep looking.
This is a closed environment, and that's where the air is coming from.
Panel on outer wall.
This is the med lab.
Shit, not that side. That's better.
I can't go back up until I finish what I came here for.
Alright, searching for panel.
This is a closed environment, and that's where the air is coming from.
I wonder if I can go loop around the opposite direction if they all are traveling in the same direction the whole time. Should be on the outer wall, they said. This looks like this is working. There we go.
There's something in that wall. There's a sliding panel here, and it's marked PSA1. It's open. I can access the closed-circuit system now. I'll just upload Damien's software into the closed-circuit system.
Nice.
There. That should allow him to shut off the power to the office doors.
As soon as you upload the patch, I'll be able to shut off the power to the doors. After that, you should be able to get into the offices. Unfortunately,
there's a spider robot coming right now in the flashback.
It operates on its own secure grid, and the only way to get into the core is to use an authorized access key. We'll get to that later. Now, you need to scan the bioworm I gave you, and before you can do that, you'll need to place it in a special capsule. You'll find those capsules in the laboratory just down the hall from the panel.
Laboratory. Get in there. Whoa. What the fuck is that? I guess it could be a dragon. Is it a dragon computer? It's like Mother Brain. They're doing this biocomputer thing. I really like how they explored that in, was it Metroid Prime 3? Spooky.
This looks like the kind of capsule I need to scan the worm.
After inserting the worm into the capsule, you'll need to scan it. You'll also need to scan yourself. The scanners, with my remote assistance, will upload both yours and the worm's DNA into the Dream Core's guardware. This will allow you access through the airlock. Both scanners are located in the med lab.
Got it. Med lab.
I can't access this. Even Liv's software wouldn't stand a chance against the security systems Wati employ.
Med lab was next after the laboratory? Yeah, that's a ticket.
It's a full-body scanner. It reads all my biometric data and uploads it to the system.
Sure, uploading my biometric data to the dragon Mother Brain tank thing is a good idea.
It's a small biometric scanner. Put your specimen in a capsule, stick it in there, and it reads all the relevant biometric data. It's an empty capsule for the worm. I never leave home without my mobile. Almost never. It's locked for access. I'm guessing the security here is top-notch. Even Liv's software won't stand a chance.
So I need to have the worm in the capsule first. But it said I could do both things from in this room. Check. Cat. The worm in the capsule. Assume it's on my phone. It would make sense, right? Is it in a capsule?
Reads all my biometric data and uploads it to the system.
It wouldn't be with a lockpick, right? I really expect it to be with the mobile. Well, that doesn't work.
I need to put the worm inside this capsule to scan it.
The worm accessible from the side panel, maybe? Let's try. Move a little bit faster, spider robots. You don't want a repeat of the tailing mission and deadly premonition. This is the laboratory.
It's open. I can access the closed-circuit system now.
Let me try pausing real quick. Look it up. Implied he gave me the worm already, which I thought meant that he had it in, or she had it in her phone or something. Capsule for worm too. Okay, so I think I can do it in the laboratory. Check.
The console's locked.
I think she gave a pretty good argument for why it made sense, right? She was like, you don't really have any choice. If I am working for the corporation, then I would just kill you now, right? I feel like there's supposed to be something in here with this worm. Already implied that he gave it to me. I don't think there's anything else for me to interact with. We're going to see. In the first laboratory, you should find a capsule and put a worm into it. Nice. Scan over. Maybe I can just use the capsule. Maybe she automatically did that part. Let's see. Shit. Not so friendly rodent.
It's a full body scanner. It reads all my biometric data and uploads it to the system. It's a small biometric scanner. Put your specimen in a capsule, stick it in there, and it reads all the relevant biometric data.
Alright, I'm going to try Googling more specifically 1 second. Dreamfall, The Longest Journey, Chapter 5, Where to Put Worm in Capsule. Worm capsules in the labyrinth. Mention the labyrinth. Shadow Scriptor. Get the capsule and combine it with the worm. I don't have the worm. Did I screw something up? Maybe I need to get it off my phone or something?
It's a small biometric scanner. Put your specimen in a capsule, stick it in there, and it reads all the relevant biometric data.
The implication is that he just gave it to me. I don't think it's a bug. I must be missing something. Wouldn't be from Liv, right? Put this worm into as though she has the worm. The guide says to just mix it with the worm that you have on you. Oh, shit. It was... okay. I guess I just didn't see it because it was super tiny. Well, that explains my stupidity. Problem solved. Alright, first try. I just kept scrolling past it.
Cellular composition of biological entity analyzed and cleared for entry and insertion into core.
The worm was inside you all along. Exactly.
After you've scanned both the worm and yourself, you need to locate a key to the core room. The security officer in shift won't be in his office. I'll make sure of that. But Rio told me they always keep a spare key around. That's in blatant violation of security procedures, but it makes our job a lot easier.
Hey,
you need to search the security offices to find it.
Security is a little bit further along, if I recall.
I'm guessing this is the cybernetics office.
Just barely be able to hide from this guy. Here's security.
The security in this office is pretty heavy. I'll need to do exactly what Damien told me to do.
The security office has an isolated grid that isn't connected to the building systems. If it's on, I'm afraid you're going to have to disengage that too. It can be switched off from the inside by one of the security spiders. Check the cybernetics office. There should be an extra spider in there. Use the software I uploaded to your mobile to control it remotely. Inside the security office there'll be a dock where the spider can access the local grid. The spider you'll be controlling won't have the right security clearance, however, so you'll need to find a way to upgrade its clearance. If you fry one of the patrolling spiders and download its clearance, you should be able to dock with the security office grid.
Fry one of the patrols. That sounds difficult. $6,000 SP, hot damn.
Damien said that I can control a spider remotely with the software he put on my mobile.
Got a robot spider app. There's potentially going to be a bunch of slots opening up after the stagnant games get removed. Nice. Give me your clearance. Perfect. I wish I had discovered that VSync audio glitch issue in an earlier episode. Oh well. So you didn't miss any information, just sounded really bad before we fixed it.
Who would be stupid enough to leave a data key in a jacket pocket? Yes. Idiots.
When you found the spare key in the security office, use it to enter the core room. We need to get the worm into the dream core. Once that's done, I can start pulling information from the core to my console. To get to the core, you must pass through the airlock and a decontamination process. And don't worry, it's perfectly harmless. From this point on, you'll need to be vigilant. There's a team on duty in the core room, most likely 2 or 3 scientists. They'll be preoccupied, however, so you should be able to sneak past them. If they spot you, they'll trigger the alarm, and you'll be fried, literally. Go to the lower platform. That's where you'll find the injection tube. Insert the capsule with the worm into the tube, push the button, and the worm will do the rest. After that, all you need to do is stay low and get out as fast as you can. I'll cut the alarm to the fire exit at the agreed time, so be there. If anything should go wrong, you'll need to find another way out on your own.
Okie doke. Oops. Guess I'll save. I think there might be something more going on. The situation isn't exactly as it's been presented, I think.
I hope this key is active.
Ta-da!
Let's see. This controls the access to the decontamination chamber between the observation platform and the core itself.
Now I gotta deal with scientists. Not so awesome sneaking controls. It's kind of like Genova.
It looks like a living, breathing creature. And in a way, it is. There's something in that wall.
Talk to me. Who's inside you?
Come on, girl, talk to me. Who's inside you? I think it's supposed to be like the mother brain in Metroid Prime 3. Which was just a scary brain thing in the original Metroid. I don't think they ever implied it was a biocomputer, but if they came up with it for Metroid Prime 3, it was a cool idea.
She's getting agitated. We need to calm her down.
The core's definitely reacting to external stimuli.
I think she's a dragon. I guess we'll see.
What? This doesn't look like the normal spikes. And there's absolutely no activity on DreamNet. What's eating her?
Good question. Whatever it is, it's serious. I've never seen her like this.
Uh-oh. Guess who decided to pay us a little visit?
Gilmore.
None other. She's probably here for another status report. Why can't she just be happy with the daily briefings from the chief?
Don't say anything stupid, okay? I don't fancy getting fired just because you shoot your mouth off to her. She is the boss.
And what idiot gave her that job? She has absolutely no qualifications.
Shh. Miss Gilmore, what an unexpected honor. May we help you with anything?
I thought I'd come down here to check on the progress myself. Why are there only 2 of you here?
It's Sunday evening. The team can't work 24 hours a day. They'll start making mistakes and...
We're on shifts, Miss Gilmore. Dr. Lee and I have the core until tomorrow morning.
Shifts? We're 4 months away from launch, everything's gone to hell, and your team's working shifts. People can take the day off when this crisis has been resolved. If Alchera doesn't launch as planned, you'll all be fired.
I don't think you...
I couldn't care less what you think. That's not what I pay you for. I pay you to find out who's fucking with my project.
We're working on that. But it's been a difficult day. There've been spikes, and the leakage is getting worse.
Meaning what?
There have been fresh outbreaks of static interference across the wire, coinciding with violent fluxes in Eingana.
What sort of fluxes?
Both physical spasms, like nervous twitches, and bursts of pure energy, and data. Hugely complex bursts of data. It doesn't make sense, but Eingana appears to be... How shall I put this?
Eingana is a cool name.
Expanding, okay? There's more data inside it than it can physically store.
Is it pulling from Arcadia?
How is that even possible?
It really isn't. That's also why it's overloading, creating spikes that travel at the speed of light into the wire. If it keeps
the wire is basically the internet.
We might theoretically be able to shut it down, but we don't know what consequences that might have, both to the project and to the wire.
It could be catastrophical. Everything connected to the wire, and I mean everything, could conceivably be affected.
It's not an option. Disregarding the possible effects to the wire, if there's any chance the project's timeline will be thrown off, it's unacceptable. You'll have to identify the problem and isolate the intrusion into the system. Now, I want a detailed breakdown of what your team's doing and when I can expect to see concrete results. Can we stabilize
Damien's
the Dream
not a good
Core?
guy.
For short periods of time, which gives us a window to test DreamNet. Eingana has responded positively to direct infusions of Morpheus.
Morpheus is great for
Walk me through the process.
a dream machine. Kind of looks like the Mammon machine too. Hey, this place. So now April's here. Okay. Oh, cool.
This place must be ancient, but that thing looks as good as new. Solid craftsmanship.
I really like the pacing of mystery in the Longest Journey series. Like, as it answers a question, it raises another one.
It's incredible that something like this has existed underneath Marcuria for so long without anyone knowing about it.
This is where Zoe woke up after she got the dreamer attached to her.
That's him, the man I've been following.
Okay, so we're still in Marcuria, or at least we're still in Arcadia. She didn't chase him into Stark.
I haven't seen any other boats here. I'll need to find some other way to get to the other side.
Didn't seem possible when I spawned in here. Oh yeah, these guys. Door closes behind them.
That creature didn't touch the door. It just opened, as if by magic. So magic then. Always with the magic. One of those creatures sang to the door, and it opened up. Magic. You gotta love it.
I know that's right. Oops. Guess I'll save. This is clearly meant to be played with a controller because it does not control well with a mouse and keyboard. And so it was for the original Xbox. But the mapping is so weird. Like the menu button, the save button is L2.
That creature didn't touch the... One of those creatures sang to the door, and it opened up. Magic. You gotta love it.
Okay, I have to wait for one to respawn. Didn't get to finish opening it, I see. Go ahead, Mr. Creature. I got you. I'll be more patient this time, I promise. This one runs away from April, whereas the other ones just attacked Zoe. Shit, saw me again. Alright, I really gotta hang out down there and wait patiently. Come on, friend. Nothing to fear here. Run. Nice. Wasn't sure I'd have enough time.
I think that's an altar. There must be some combination needed to open the door. I'll just try something. It's a panel with 3 stone buttons. Maybe it's a kind of archaic magical keypad. There must be some combination needed to open the door. I'll just try something.
Oh, can I hide from the thing? Let's try that. Right, left, up, it looks like.
There must be some combination needed to open the door. I'll just try something. It's a panel with 3 stone buttons. Maybe it's a kind of archaic magical keypad.
So I'll wait here again. Maybe I have to do something while the orc is opening it.
It's a panel with 3 stone
Okay, so I can
buttons.
see it from back
Maybe
here.
it's a kind of archaic magical keypad.
Okay, that's what we have to do.
That's it. The combination needed to open the door.
Right, left, up. Now April knows, even though we knew.
This doesn't look like any of those creatures walking around. It must be a different species.
What do I hide from here? Nothing to see here, move along.
If Naana was here, maybe she could decipher this.
I think these may have been the same symbols from the Zoe sequence a really long time ago, but I'm not 100% sure.
If Naana was here, maybe she could decipher this. For some reason, I don't think these symbols were created by the creatures that live here now.
It seems likely.
I keep thinking I've seen a creature like this before. Could this be the ancestor of a species in Arcadia?
Oh, maybe, but it's really hard to tell because the graphics in the original Longest Journey weren't really good enough at that zoomed out level to tell what they were supposed to represent. It's actually been kind of fun playing this game, like, oh, that's what that's supposed to look like. Okay. There's the monsters room. Probably not the best place for me to be. Thanks for continuing to walk. Gives your swing. Ooh. Nice.
The gate's solid. Whatever it's protecting, it must be something very valuable.
The texture's not good enough on the symbols for it to matter, right? I'm guessing that's not the answer.
That looks a bit scary.
The facility was not made for tall people.
I keep thinking I've seen a creature like this before. Where? Could this be the ancestor of a species in Arcadia?
I could see that, Dompe. Look at the sneaking mission is mirroring Zoe's sneaking mission. Here's a turn around.
There's an empty slot in the center of the gate. Maybe it's for some kind of key.
Key. Okay. Dead ends down here. That's the other side of the entrance.
The gate's
These
solid.
symbols are irrelevant.
Whatever it's protecting, it must be something very valuable.
It holds on them for a second after I look at them. Okay, let me take a
gate's
screenshot.
solid. Whatever it's protecting, it must be something very valuable.
Texture quality is poor, but it's probably good enough that I can discern them. Try going back, I guess. Let me check the rest of this area first, because I think there was another statue over here that had those symbols on it. Not this one, because it's broken. This one's not broken.
I keep thinking I've seen a creature like this before.
Those are the same symbols.
Could this be the ancestor of a species in Arcadia?
I have a feeling it's not supposed to be like the texture quality is not supposed to be that terrible. Can I look at it again?
I've seen a creature like this before. Where? Could this be the ancestor of a species in Arcadia?
I think what's supposed to happen is I'm supposed to rotate it so that, like, it matches one of the symbols. Like, top, bottom are the only parts that matter, I think. I think that might be right, but it's hard to tell with how shitty the symbols are. Let's try that. Kind of like a triangle over a circle. But we'll see. Remember that door is there. Just spawn behind. Oh shit. That's not good. Well, looks like I can fight it at least. Oh god. Do not want to fight this thing, apparently. Hey, Sophie, how you doing? So it's saving my pot through here. Let me check the door. I wonder why he was able to see me through the cover there. I know, right? Instantly wrecked. I think the symbols are the same after I died. Fortunately, it's really hard to make them out because of the texture quality. I wonder if that's a PC port error or something. Oh yeah, I do reruns during my off lifetimes from 5 p.m. to 12:45 Pacific time.
I keep thinking I've seen a creature like this before. But where? Could this
We're
be
live
the
from
ancestor of a
1 to
species
5
in
Pacific,
Arcadia?
Monday through Friday. Okay. Don't think that's right. Hourglass symbol looks like it's supposed to go on the bottom. It looks like that's the closest, but it's really hard to tell. Assume it's not based on the distance. If I get caught and die again, I might try to follow a walkthrough for this part. Is that I don't think that the texture is right. We had a texture puzzle earlier in the game and it wasn't that mushy looking. Those all look exactly the same. Not sure which one corresponds.
For some reason, I don't think these symbols were created by the creatures that live here now.
I guess these are the nice versions of the symbols on the floor here, right? How many total statues are there? There's another one.
I keep thinking I've seen a creature like this before. Where? Could this be the ancestor of a species in Arcadia?
Maybe they're supposed to line up with the symbols on the floor in the main room? Oh shit. Run! Don't come all the way down. Thank you. Well, I'm screwed. Super duper screwed. I don't think I can beat the thing that he summons. Maybe I have to like run and hide somewhere different from where he originally spotted me. Okay, that worked out much better than last time. Yeah, they added the combat stuff, which wasn't in the original Longest Journey. So there's a pillar that has the same symbol in front of it. See the lightning bolt? It has the same symbol in front of it.
It's a strange, alien symbol. I've never seen anything like it.
None of these symbols really look like they correspond to the one in the, on the gate. I guess one of them kind of does. We'll try the one that kind of does, I guess. Turn around, bright eyes. Okay, so this one does look like one of the symbols on the gates. Man, the texture resolution is so bad. Try pausing it real quick. I'm gonna try to look it up. I think that's a bug or a port issue with the PC version of the game. Dreamfall, Chapter 5, symbol texture quality. Actually, I can check options. I was messing with the options earlier to try to make the audio problem go away. I don't think that should be an issue though. Graphics high, maybe? VSync was what was causing the audio glitches before. I was just trying to change everything to get things to work. Oh, there we go. That's way better. No wonder they look so bad in lower settings. Okay, let's go see what the gate looks like then. Before I look up the answer. I guess I'll downgrade it again if the audio quality suffers again.
The gate's solid. Whatever it's protecting, it must be something very valuable.
Holy crap. Some of those symbols... I'll have to post the difference between the low texture resolution version and the actual version. It's pretty bad. I don't know if I've ever played a game where a graphics setting could make a puzzle unsolvable. That's kind of wild. So that's a legal, kind of legal version of the four symbols. Figure out how they map onto the main exit, though. Howdy, Irm. How you doing? The blurry versions of the symbols sometimes don't look at all close, though, is part of the problem. Oh shit, that made me jump really bad. Go hide somewhere else. I've been at it for about, what, 3 hours today? It's going really well. Woke up with Zoe. Oh shit, I'm dead. I think it's actually invincible. Yeah. Try again. Try to save more frequently as I do stuff. Infiltrated the mother brain computer thing and uploaded the worm to it. I'm trying to do this puzzle here. I think I've only found 3 rotating statues, though.
The gate's solid. Whatever it's protecting, it must be something very valuable. That looks a bit scary. That looks a bit scary. I keep thinking I've seen a creature.
So none of the orientations I can set up have it so that all of the symbols are correct, so there has to be something else to it. He doesn't die when his HP reaches 0, I see. You just can't let him detect you. There's not a way for me to rotate it so that all the symbols are in a legal position, at least as far as I can tell. I can rotate it so several symbols are in a legal position. And these are all the exact same layout too. Okay. So I gotta figure out which symbol is associated with each statue, I guess. I think the center room is my clue to that. Oh, because they each pair with something. Okay, I think I get it. So that one pairs with the hourglass symbol. I'm presuming there's a little statue back here somewhere. Yeah, okay, I get it now. Now that I actually have the graphics set up high enough that I can understand what they are. Got it. Save each time I do that. Nothing to see here, buddy. Move along, you're fine. Yeah, we were trying to figure out what the audio glitch was in previous episodes. I was trying like every possible combination of settings changes. VSync ended up being what fixed it, but one of the things I tried was turning the graphics quality down, and it makes it so that the puzzle textures are like impossible to discern. Alright, so I know that beyond the path to the right, I have to switch it to the little compass icon. I can solve the other ones when I get to them. That's the path I have to go down, so I'm waiting for him to come back from in there. Shit. If I had gone a little earlier, I probably would have just gotten it and got out of there, but too late. Shit. And we're fucked. Go try hiding down this way.
I keep thinking I've seen a creature like this.
Shit. Go hide. It's fine. Go hide. Nothing to see here. Move along. Hooray! This is my statue. This one, he never finds me when I'm hiding behind it. I want the compass icon. Save again. Shit. Whoa. Oh, moving the camera moves her out of cover. That's wild. I'm like, why do I keep... I've been trying to figure out why I keep getting moved out of cover when I don't intend to. Shit. This is the mail letter. About to die. Promise to never include stealth again. Hooray! Yeah. I like what they were trying to go for. I think this game didn't need the combat element or the stealth element. Would have worked fine without it.
It's a sarcophagus. There's something glowing in there, and I can hear a ticking sound. There's a glowing object in there. And is that... ticking? It sounds like clockwork.
Glowing egg. I think we picked this up earlier when we first loaded into this zone.
Glowing and ticking. If I was paranoid, I'd put this down very carefully and run away as fast as I can.
Oh, April. Here we go. Victory! That only took about 20 minutes longer than it needed to take. I get it now, though. This is all to get me to the other side of the river. It's just in lieu of a boat. Prophet's long gone by now. Hey, now he just walks super slow. Watch him be fucking Damien, right? Go put this worm in the dream core. It's a good idea. Oops. Those are the big scary ones. not the fun ones. Well, that's not good. Oh, great. Oh, no, I thought the rocks were reforming. I was like, that would be worse. We can make that jump. Jump on him and kick him off the edge.
That thing looks like a bigger and much meaner version of those creatures down in the dungeon.
Okay. It is not a kick him over the edge type situation. It is a crawl in the opposite direction away from him type situation. Got it. How spooky.
By the balance. What is this place?
And she's really picked up this slang in Arcadia from being there for 10 years.
It's like a million voices or dreams, trapped, stored.
Just the Arcadia, yeah, they're like saying that the tank dragon thing in Stark has more information in it than it can physically contain. It's probably storing it or calling it here from Arcadia. Yep,
We'll
they're
need to step
definitely
up the
connected.
testing soon if we hope to get enough data to go by. The limited trials have wielded interesting results, but a few hundred subjects won't exactly tax the system.
I understand. And you think the Dream Corps will be able to handle that?
She'll have to, Miss Gilmore. There's no question that Eingana...
What's that?
I'm not... Wait. There's been a sudden surge of energy inside DreamNet. I don't know if it's emanating from the core or from some externals.
The core room will go into lockdown. You need to get out of here, Miss Gilmore, or you'll be stuck until the facility's been cleared and DreamNet checked for intrusions. And that could take the whole night.
But...
We need to get you out of here, Miss Gilmore. Right now.
You two are staying put. I want a full update once the lockdown has been lifted.
Yes, Miss Gilmore.
Be advised that lockdown will go into effect soon, and security has been called in to do a full sweep of the facilities. Lockdown
Great.
in T-minus 60 seconds. Please evacuate the core.
Hopefully not literally 60 seconds.
The core room is entering lockdown. Please step away from all entrances. This is your final warning. The core is under lockdown. Please proceed to the nearest elevator to vacate the premises.
Working on it.
Lockdown is in effect. All non-essential personnel must vacate the core immediately.
Oh shit, that's bad.
Alright boys, move out. Elevator.
Hopefully they don't check any of the corners that have vents in them.
You two head in that direction. And you're with me. We'll head the other way and regroup on the other side. Go.
Assigned security station immediately.
That's not good. I'm super fucking dead. Yup. Yup, super dead. Let's try again.
Lockdown will commence in T-minus 60
save when I get out of the
Evacuate the core.
decontamination chamber. Save. There we go.
The core room is entering lockdown. Please step away from all entrances. This is your final warning. The core is under lockdown. Please proceed to the nearest elevator to vacate the premises.
I'm trying.
Lockdown is in effect. All non-essential personnel must vacate the core immediately. Please
all right, boys, move out.
Elevator.
Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to skip the cutscene since we've already seen it.
You two heading down and go.
Personnel must proceed to the nearest elevator and report to their assigned security station immediately.
Do a sweep of that office. Yes, sir.
Don't hide in the offices, basically. So I think the mind's eye intent here is that, like, the
let's move on.
Vents are much clearer, harder to hide in, right? Like, you can see the difference between, like, the screenplay for the game and, like, the actual implementation. Same with the spider robots from earlier.
Up that way, but I think the plan's changed.
Elevators. Nothing in there, sir. Looks directly at me. I know, right? Awkward elevator music. Good job of flipping that. Oh no! Creepy girl on the screens again.
I found her. But what is it you want me to do? She doesn't need to be saved.
Save me.
Morpheus.
Those flowers are beautiful.
Oh, wonderful. That was like a creature from Arcadia.
What? Stop. Stop. Don't come any closer. How did you get here? Who are you? You're not supposed to be up here. This floor's restricted. Leave. Now!
Offense is the best defense.
I'm sorry. I didn't know there was anyone here. I'll leave right away.
Go and don't speak a word of this to... Wait. Wait. I know you. You're that girl. The one from Casablanca. The one who was with that awful reporter.
How do you know about that?
Reporter? You mean Reza? Where is he?
No, don't! Don't come any closer. I'm warning you.
Why are you so afraid?
Security will be here in a few seconds.
So why aren't they here already? Do they even know about this place? I think you're bluffing. I don't think anyone's coming. I think you're alone up here. The security systems are affected by the static, isn't that right? That's why you didn't see me coming. Or maybe it's not the static. Maybe the little girl did it. After all, she sent me up here.
Maybe the static is a little girl. That's kind of cool.
Who are
Waking
you?
dreams.
What little girl? Are you and her working together? What are you doing to me? You're taking away my senses.
It's afraid of the girl. That could work to my advantage.
Yes, I'm working with her. And we can do a lot worse than taking your senses away. Tell me what you know about Reza.
Reza? The reporter? The one who calls himself Jericho, the bumper shit. If you seek to destroy what I've spent my life creating, you'd better come prepared. Your friend, he was not prepared. When he hooked himself up to the dreamer, I saw him. All of him. And I fed on him. You were in there, in his head, in his dreams. All of you.
Gross.
Naked, writhing, alive, sweating, moving. I enjoyed that. It made me hard.
Where is he? What have you done to him,
Super
you monster?
gross.
He's in a very dark place. His dreams are gone. I took them.
Morpheus the Dream Eater? Or he is in Morpheus? I don't know if he is Morpheus.
What makes you so special?
Tell me where I can find Reza.
You're too late. He's dead.
That's not... No. You're lying. You're lying. He's still alive, I know it. You piece of shit. Tell me where Reza is, now.
No! If you come closer, I'll have you destroyed. I'll have you torn to pieces, bit by bit. I don't want to destroy you. I want to learn from you.
What?
You're different from the others. And you're connected to that fucking girl, the one who's destroying my web. You will stay, and I will study you.
Is that so? What's gonna stop me from ripping those cables from your body right now? Will you survive that? You monster?
Don't you dare! Finally. My most treasured pets are here. We'll take good care of you, I promise.
Oh, it's the
You'll
twins.
Stay here with me, Zoe. And together we will explore that mind of yours. Your thoughts and dreams will open up to me like a book, and I will read them all. I will find out who you are. I'll find out what you're doing to me.
This guy's super
You're not
creepy.
getting me. And I'll be back for you.
He's a better antagonist than was in
Do you know
the original
who I
Longest Journey.
am? Do you? I created this place. I
He's the
created
CEO
this
of Sony.
company. I am this company. I see everything. I know everything. I know that you're working with that horrible diseased child. Her
She is
infection
ecstatic.
spreads across my web like a weed in a garden. My beautiful garden. She makes me blind again. Deaf. Lost. Trapped. In the dark. I won't let that happen again. I'm not going back into the darkness. Never. Never.
Come the twins.
Take her. Now. Now.
Thanks, camera.
Don't let her escape.
Oh, they're trying. Oh, creepy. It's the roof. I'm gonna ride on this drone.
It might be able to carry me down to the street, but it'd be a real leap of faith. It's a long way down.
Nice. Nice. Action. I don't know if he's Morpheus or the area he was in is Morpheus. But he's a dream eater.
Hello?
Which is creepy.
Who's this?
Damien? It's Zoe.
He's a giant drowsy.
Zoe, thank God. I'm so relieved to hear your voice. Are you okay? Where are
But
you?
like actually exploring how creepy it is to eat dreams instead of being a cute Pokemon.
I'm okay. I made it out in one piece. I want to get as far away from this place as possible.
You can crash at my place tonight. There's not a lot of space, but you'll be safe there.
Thanks. That sounds perfect. I could definitely use a shower and a change of clothes.
They got shot at by the guards
I'll try and
once.
guide you to a place where we can meet. The first thing you need to do is find the boardwalk.
I was stuck on the April Ryan puzzle for a really long
It does sound as
time.
though the Azadi have plans with this tower, April, but I cannot see what that would be. They claim to shun magic, even though this technology of theirs relies on it. Maybe the tower is such a device, a magical machine.
Maybe it's a weapon. I got the sense that it was very important that they make their deadline.
From what little I know of the Azadi, they have never previously built such a thing, but it is possible. They have powerful thaumaturgists, these Westlanders, and I suspect that their hostility to magic comes from their wish to control it, and their fear that others may know more about magic than they do. As for this place you discovered deep below us,
Yeah, she kind of looks like Juhani from Knights of the Republic.
I'm not sure that's the
Same
right
console.
word, but I don't know how else to describe it. I could hear the voices of thousands of people around me. I'm sure it's connected to the tower.
Wouldn't be surprised if it's the same
appears
engine.
to be located right below it, and the man I followed from the tower led me there.
This worries me, April. Dreams are powerful things. Combined with this Azadi machine, if that is what it is, it could have serious consequences. I shall send word to my blood sister in Irhad. She has connections in the strangest of places. Maybe she knows more. I would also have liked to see this chamber with my own eyes. Perhaps then I would understand more.
I tried going back through, but the rock's solid. There's half a mile of mountain between us and the caves. Without the portal, there's no way down there.
I will look at the wall in the cellar where you said the portal opened up. Perhaps I can learn how this musical magic works. I must say that I am intrigued. It reminds me a great deal of Bonda magic.
Oh
They
yeah,
sing
the
to the
mole
earth
people.
to dig their tunnels. The Bonda songs do not work on rock, but the magic could
Yeah,
still
we could have all
be
those things about maybe it's a race she
Keep this in your wraps,
recognizes.
Naane. Don't let anyone get wind of what you're doing, not even Benrime. We don't know what we're dealing with yet.
Of course. I shall be cautious. Perhaps this is the opportunity we have been praying for, if we do not soon find a weakness in the Azadi front.
There's no hope.
We keep fighting them with the weapons we already have. What else can we do?
I am not suggesting we lay down our arms, April, but we are fast dwindling in numbers. Not a day goes by when someone is not killed, captured, and sent west to an unknown fate, or abandons the cause. We may soon need an alternative to force. They are many, we are few, and the Azadi support among the common people grows daily.
We're not dead yet, Naane, and it might be that this new information will help us. If that tower is as
About to have to
important as
deal
I
with
suspect it is,
the apostle
we have a
though.
new target.
Timing's about right.
Some
He should be here
contacts,
now.
See what they know and what they've heard. Tell Bren and Chuan to get the remaining supplies on their own. They'll need to leave tomorrow evening as planned. We can't afford any delays.
Will you not go with them?
I haven't decided yet. It depends on what information I manage to dig up. If I get a lead, I'll have to follow it.
Perhaps there needs
So
to be
be
a new
it.
hope.
I may wait for you, but I will leave a message with Benrime if I, too, set course for home. May the stars guide you, April. We will see each other again soon.
I think jumping perspectives in this game serves the story well. Forget where we read this, somebody probably posted a link to it in Discord or something, but this idea that part of the reason why Chrono Trigger works so well as a game is that the narrative device of jumping through timelines means that you can go to a timeline when the most interesting thing is happening, leave, and then things still happen there while you're in another timeline, so you come back and like the plot has progressed. So the pacing feels really good as a result. Movies usually do that by like cutting away from the protagonist, but you struggle doing that in video games unless if you're willing to do multiple perspectives like this one. Instead, in a video game, you often have the problem where like nothing boring ever happens or is presumed to happen, because we're always following the protagonist, and the protagonist can't deal with boring situations, right? But here, like, you know,
so, child, did you find
Zoe getting on a plane and flying to Japan, we can cut away from without just having a cutscene.
No.
What's the matter? You seem distracted.
I'm okay, Benrime.
Jump right back in when the action picks up.
Well, the day is getting on. If there's anything you need, come see me.
Actually, Benrime, there is something. I'm confused.
About what, child?
I'm not sure what to do, and I would appreciate your advice.
I see. Well, child, I'll do the best I can, though I'm no wise woman. What's wrong?
I think something's going on, something potentially bad. Something involving the balance between the twin worlds.
Ah. Does this have anything to do with that nice young woman from Stark? Zoe, was it?
It may. It does, but I can't tell you all the details. I don't even understand what's going on. I'm just worried that I might be involved somehow.
I see, and you would prefer not to be involved.
I've done my share for the balance, and I have more pressing concerns. People depend on me.
Yes, they do. But that is no excuse.
I'm not looking for excuses. I'm looking for answers. I need to know what I'm supposed to do this time.
Such answers aren't always easy to come by, April. Often we have to rely on faith alone to carry us through. Still, I understand that you want something more concrete than that, April. Very well. Here's my advice. You must speak with the Guardian of the Balance.
I've thought the same thing, but it's impossible. I can't shift anymore, and even if I could, the Guardian's realm is closed to me.
Maybe so, and maybe not. There is someone out there who might be able to help you.
Who?
An old friend of yours. The White of the Kin. The White Dragon.
Oh, yeah.
You're right. If anyone can help me contact the Guardian, it's her. But I don't know where she is. She vanished just after she was born.
Yeah, that was at the very beginning of the first game.
I'm certain that someone in this city can help you locate her. Have faith in yourself, and in the balance.
I had faith once, Benrime. Look where it got me. What's left of the person I used to be?
I still see the same girl who walked through that door a decade past.
I'm not her anymore. I don't even remember what she was like. Now I'm just...
Well, I'll be damned. April Bloody Ryan. I can't believe it.
Who?
Hey!
Brian Westhouse?
The very same. God damn, I can't believe it's you. How the hell are you?
Westhouse was a friend, but that was a long time ago. It's great to see Brian Westhouse
again. How are you? You're looking pretty good for someone I thought was
Didn't we
dead.
open playing as him in the Tibetan mountains with the monks?
I knew you survived the tyrant invasion and the events that followed, but then... nothing.
I've been traveling. You?
The same. I've been back to Marcuria a few times, but I've never stayed long. Oh, I reckon the invasion got me thinking about how much I hadn't seen and experienced. Besides, my head was stuck in the bottle, so... time was ripe for a change of pace. And a change of pace I got. I've been to the four corners of the world. Quite literally.
So what are you doing at the Journeyman?
Just revisiting old haunts. And hoping to score a cup of Benrime's mulled wine, of course. How about yourself?
Same thing. I'm in the city for only a few days.
Well, Even more fortuitous that we bumped into each other then.
So you've been traveling for the past decade?
I have, and I intend to keep traveling for the next decade or two, as long as I have my health. This world is fascinating.
You look so much better since the last time I met you. Younger, healthier, happier.
I do feel fantastic. I was bitter and angry back then. Angry at myself, at being stuck in this world. Now I don't see Arcadia as a prison anymore. I see it as an opportunity to grow and learn and experience. I'd forgotten why I crossed the divide in the first place. I wanted to go where few had gone, where there were still untrodden paths. Losing my home, being forced to run, it was certainly an awakening, and one I sorely needed.
Speaking of coincidences...
Because he spent like 50 years in Arcadia, and not much time passed in Stark.
What do you need?
There's something going on, something that may be affecting both worlds.
Why, Ms. Ryan, you seem to get drawn into these things every time. Can you be any more specific?
It's more a feeling than anything else, so I need to confirm my suspicions. Or, preferably, disprove them. I need to speak with the Guardian.
Who better to tell you if anything's happening with the balance? So, why not just shift there?
I can't. I've lost the power to shift. But it was never that easy to get to the Guardian's realm in the first place. So to find the Guardian, I need a little help from someone else. The White Dragon.
Oh, yes. I'd imagine she could give you some pointers.
The problem is, I don't know where to find her. She could be anywhere.
Not so. I may know where to find her.
Lucky.
I met a fellow traveler, a Dolmari from the Rose Court, actually, on a ship from Gian to Irhad not long ago. He told me he'd been to the Dark People's Library. Not many people are allowed there, and it was a great privilege. While he was there, however, he said that he was introduced to a pale, white-haired woman who introduced herself as the White of the Dryken. Now, I don't know if she's still there or how you'll get to the Dark People's City, but it should at least get you on the right path.
Good looking out, Brian.
Thank you, Brian. This is very helpful. It was good seeing you again. Are you staying long?
Another week,
2219 in Stark,
enough
from the
time to visit
1930s.
friends and pick up some things that I can't get elsewhere in this world. Then it's off to sea again. I've been thinking about heading east, perhaps convincing a whale rider to take me along on a hunt.
Whale rider.
Sounds exciting.
Great
Take
nouns.
care, Brian.
And you, Ms. Ryan? April. Now, I have business with the innkeeper. So, how about it, Ben Rime? Do you have a cup or four of your mulled wine to spare for an old drunkard?
As I remember at Westhouse, you still owe me money on your tab from before the war.
My God, you have the memory of a stickman. Miss Selman, I've honestly missed this place. Hell, you're probably right. I owed a lot of people money back then. Seeing as I'm still a bit short on cash, you'll have to add this to my tab. But I'm coming into some gold tomorrow. Old debts repaid, so I'll settle it then.
That'll be the day the Azadi decide to just up and leave. Money first. Mulled wine after.
You're a tough woman, and I respect that. I have to tell you about this tavern I visited in a town near Altaban.
Ben Rime. She's the one thing in my life that hasn't changed in the past decade.
Guessing the ghetto is still closed, but I will check.
I don't understand how anyone could talk badly about the Azadi. I think the Azadi are brilliant.
Yeah, about that, kid. Boring's not the best word. I'm just saying that skipping viewpoints can be beneficial to a story, and video games are often unwilling or unable to do it because of how important it is that you follow one single protagonist. Like, Longest Journey worked perfectly fine with only ever following April Ryan. But I think that the pacing of this game is enhanced by the fact that they're willing to jump between Zoe and her.
Curiously shaped cookies.
And Kian, for that matter.
Everything a wizard, witch, or warlock may require, using only the finest organic ingredients. Elguan bladders, rat tails, dung.
Good God, Roper Klacks.
At your service, milady. What
Not how I pictured him from his graphics.
I know you. Where do I know you from? April Ryan.
Oh, well...
How lovely to see you.
Say what?
It's been too long, my dear. Too long.
Yeah. I guess it's been... long.
What have you been up to?
This and that.
How lovely. Me? I'm rehabilitated.
How can an evil wizard be rehabilitated?
Rehabilitated? How so?
Being soundly walloped by you was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Really?
Oh, yes. It gave me perspective. Time to think. When I finally escaped that confounding device, I joined WWWA. Wicked Witches and Warlocks Anonymous. It's a marvelous support group for wizarding professionals.
Oh.
Oh, it helped tremendously to find others who shared my affliction.
Affliction?
A desire for evil deeds and world domination, your basic, EDWD syndrome.
I see. And now?
Cured! I'm
great.
free of my desire to conquer and control, and I'm happy to be a simple merchant.
I see.
I guess that's a good thing.
It is. It is indeed. So, April Ryan, is there anything I can do to help repay what you did for me?
Yeah, how'd you get out of the calculator?
How did you get out of that calculator I trapped you in?
I had to learn advanced trigonometry. After that, it was as easy as multiplying the root of pi with the volume of my mathematical prison.
Oh, that sounds pretty complicated.
It took me
I love
5
April's
years,
voice actress.
but I gained some important personal skills in the process. I even had time to write a book, so it was all for the best.
You said something about being an author?
I published one. I wrote my memoirs a few years ago. Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Roper F. Klacks.
What's the F stand for?
Nothing. It just looked better on the cover. Anyway, as it turned out, the first and only print run had a slight problem. A small charm made its way onto page 108. When readers got to that page, the book, as misfortune would have it, exploded.
And you had nothing to do with that.
Me? Absolutely not. I've been acquitted of all charges, and every single lawsuit has been dismissed in the magical court. I'm quite innocent. It does mean, however, that only one copy of Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Roper F. Klacks exists, and that would be mine. I've decharmed it, and page 108 is quite safe to read now, if you're interested.
Not really, no. I actually do need some help.
That's great! Anything to assist the woman who turned my life around.
I'm looking for a way to get to the city of the Dark People.
Visiting old friends, I take it? Your adventures are the stuff of legends, April Ryan. By the way, did you ever read that pamphlet they published? The one with the amusing drawings? April, Rye Bread, and the Rod of Joy?
Unfortunately, no.
Well, I'll never forget that illustration where the Dolmari lady takes the Rod of Joy and sticks it right...
Anyway, about the Dark People City.
Ah, yes. What do you plan on doing there?
I need to visit their library.
The library? Indeed. They are collectors, these dark people. They collect all sorts of knowledge, arcane, forbidden knowledge. Anyway, as luck would have it, there's a shadow ship docked down in the harbor right now. I'm sure they'll let the famous April Ryan, I'm sure they will give you passage to their city.
That's perfect, thank you. Thanks.
At your service, milady. If you ever need a potion or a charm, visit Roper's Spells and Filtress.
That was pretty great. Nice little funny sequence for people that played the first game.
Old Town's getting too crowded. It just wasn't built to house so many people.
What do the Azadi want from us? Why have they stuck us in here? We haven't done anything to them, and we can't help who we are.
Is out of your dicks. That's all I need. The Azadi weren't terribly mentioned at all in the original game, so if they're, at least to my recollection, so if they're a total fabrication of the second game, they've done a good job of slotting them in.
I'm only in town for a short visit. I will not stay long. I am better off back home.
How are things going?
Most of the supplies are on board. We're missing a few crates of grains and vegetables.
It was mentioned a bit before.
And some other bits and pieces.
Good. Don't linger too long.
They save a good narrative
paperwork's
purpose.
already being processed by the Azadi. Those fools.
I don't know if the developers intended to make the scope of the first game larger than they ended up being able to do.
I don't think it's a good idea to tempt fate.
I didn't think you believed in that spiritual claptrap, Raven. Fate? Ha! We make our own destiny.
Still, better to be on the safe side. You don't foresee any problems, then?
Everything's in order. This ship's going to the islands. At least according to all the properly stamped and perfectly forged documents.
I'll rest easy only when you've reached safe harbor.
Don't fret. You'll rest easy soon enough.
That's not soon enough.
The captain. The captain.
Oops, I dismissed some of the dialogue by accident. Yo, dark people, what's up?
It's one of the dark people. A dark person. He's probably a shadow god. The captain of that shadow ship. I seek passage to your city. I wish to visit the library.
We are here to trade and to collect. We do not take on passengers.
But it's me, April Ryan.
A long time ago, I sailed on one of your ships, and I met one of your people. He called me a wave.
Not many of your kind would lay claim to such a title.
I'm not laying claim to anything. I'm just telling you what he told me.
If you were a wave, we would grant you passage. But all I see is a human.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
I'm sure we can come to some sort of understanding.
We cannot. We do not take on passengers. Ever.
You did once. A long time ago, I was given passage on one of your ships.
Then you were fortunate. It does not happen very often.
Love this guy.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
I'm desperate. I need to get to your city, to your library. I'm looking for someone.
There are no humans in the city. Rarely is anyone allowed to visit our forest.
Not a human. Someone else. The white of the Drag kin.
I know of no such creature. You should look elsewhere.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We
do try everything.
Take on passengers.
I'll pay you good money for passage.
We do not crave money, human.
Then what do you want?
We are here to find new additions to our library. Someday it will be complete, and we can sleep. Until then, we travel, and we collect.
It's like the brains in Futurama.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
Do the Azadi know you're docked here? I would think they'd frown on your kind.
Go get him a book.
They do not concern us.
The right word in the right ear, and that could change. They might make it difficult for you to leave.
We do not need anyone's permission to leave. Our ship can conceal itself to your eyes.
Right.
If we wish to be invisible, we can be. If we wish to be forgotten, we will be. Leave us, human. We are tired of your threats.
Very good.
A Samare. I thought they didn't like the ocean. Maybe she's curious.
They must have had fun importing all these creatures into this new engine. Roper!
April Ryan, what can I do for you?
What can I do for you?
Would you be interested in parting with that book of yours?
Oh, I don't know. It's the last remaining copy, you know. All the other copies spontaneously combusted.
I'm aware of that, but I need something to get me passage on that shadow ship down in Shady Quay.
You believe my book would help with that?
Maybe. The Dark People collect books, and yours is quite unique. Isn't that so?
It is. It is.
Wouldn't you consider it an honor to have your first published novel become a part of the greatest library in Arcadia?
I would. I would indeed. Wait, I have it right here. I carry it with me always. There you go. Treat it with care. Don't let it get wet. Don't feed it red meat. And for the love of the balance, do not hold it upside down when there's a full moon. Never again shall I glance upon the top 10 reasons why you should not build a flying castle on page 42 and smile knowingly.
I love that section of the first game.
Thousands of people will get to enjoy your unique outlook on life. Your book will be part of something much, much greater.
You're right. Of course, you're right. Go on, take it away, or I shall become emotional, and when a wizard weeps, the whole world weeps with him. Ah, the humanity, the humanity. Potions, herbs, curiously shaped cookies.
This game like feels on the level of Mass Effect 2 in terms of being a satisfying sequel that does its own thing while also having plenty of callbacks to the original. It's a gremlin. Exactly. Gremlins are fine as long as you don't get them wet, although apparently snow doesn't count as getting wet because people in California don't know that snow is wet.
You collect books, isn't that right?
We collect all that is written and recorded. Books, scrolls, stones, crystals, history, poetry, journals, stories, from the first word to someday the last. Until our collection is complete, we will continue to travel, to trade, and to collect.
I guess the last existing copy of a rare book would be pretty important to you.
It would be, unless we already possess it.
You don't. Not this one. Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Rupert F. Klacks.
I will speak with my brothers at the library. This is a book we do not have. We need it for our library. Will you part with it?
For a price. I need to get to your city.
Show me the book, so that I can see for myself.
It's okay, controller. You can do it. It's fine.
This is the only remaining copy of Klacks' novel, and if I'm lucky, it won't blow up in my hands.
Very well, human. This book is of value to us. We will grant you passage on our our shadow ship.
Thank you. When do we leave?
Very soon. We await only the last deliveries from our suppliers. Step aboard.
You sure you don't want anything to eat? I can order in.
I'm not very hungry. Thanks, though.
All right. Some coffee? Tea?
No, thanks.
I have, whiskey.
I'm fine, Damien. Really.
All right.
So, what do you think?
I think you shouldn't believe a word of what that man told you. He was trying to get inside your head. There's no proof that anything's happened to Reza.
I hope you're right. If I've come this far and it turns out Reza's...
Stop
Super
it.
suspicious of
There's
Damien
nothing to
right
be
now.
gained from imagining the worst. He must be very important to you. Reza, I mean.
He is. Reza was my best friend for so long, and I was totally in love with him. When that feeling went away, I don't love him any less, but it's different now. I don't know what's going on with me. I've lost faith. Not just in him, in everything. School, my friends, my hobbies, my future, Reza. Nothing seems to matter that much anymore.
Depression.
And that's why, when Reza went missing, I knew I had to go after him. Not just because he's my friend, and not just because I love him, but because if I didn't, then who would I be? What would I be?
It's fair.
I may not like the Zoe I'm turning into, but I would have hated the Zoe who just abandoned her best friend like that. So, yes, he's very important to me. Of course. And right now, more than anything in the world,
I bet he's like brain dead.
I want him to be okay.
Maybe we can get his dreams back.
So, that man.
The one in the garden. He acted like he's behind the whole thing. Like he controls WATIcorp.
I've heard rumors, but I've never actually believed. I think his name is Alvin Peats.
Alvin Peats.
The guy
is the
who
name of the
founded Wati.
drowsy
Maybe
monster
several
that
hundred years
runs
old,
Sony?
But, in a way, it still makes sense.
Okay.
It's a sort of urban water cooler legend. Whatever happened to Alvin Peats? No one knows. But there are lots of theories.
It's kind of
Some
cool.
say they've heard he's been kept alive by machines, and that he still controls WATIcorp. It's the kind of thing you have a good laugh at.
He wasn't just hooked up to a machine, Damien. He looked like he was a machine. At least partly so. And he was just... evil. Sad, pathetic. and
She's wearing
hateful.
one of his shirts.
He claimed that we were stealing his senses. I think he was actually afraid of me.
From what you told me earlier, it sounds like he's completely dependent on the wire. The static must be scaring the hell out of him. If he needs the wire to see and hear, he's completely lost without it.
I just don't feel safe anymore. He knew who I was. He's been inside Reza's dreams. He has spies everywhere. Cameras, bots.
Don't worry, Zoe. He won't find you here, I promise. I'll check around tomorrow, see if I can dig up any information on Peats.
I love Alvin Peats as a
must be
name of
tired.
like a
I'm giving
really
you up.
kind of
I'm
frightening
sorry.
villain.
I'm just... Yeah, I am quite tired. I guess I should find a hotel and figure out what to do next. Thanks for the clothes, Damien. I'll...
Hey, no, there's no need to find a hotel. You can stay here. I mean, if you're comfortable with that, I can sleep on the floor.
Oh, you really don't have to.
I know, but you've been through a lot, and you're helping me out, so the least I can do is let you sleep in my bed. That didn't come out right. You know what I mean.
Thanks, Damien. If you're okay with me staying here, I will.
Okay, so, let me get the bed ready for you.
That's okay. I can...
Yeah, they're definitely doing all the
Yeah,
cinematography to suggest that, right?
Well, I guess you
Them
can give me
sitting
a
so
hand.
close to each other, her wearing a
Okay.
shirt.
Yes. Great.
By the way, if I'm gone when you wake up tomorrow, don't be alarmed. I have to be at the office quite early.
Oh, that's okay. I'll be fine. I'll just stay here.
Good. Let me find you a sheet and a cover.
He's like, he's alright. As long as he's not secretly the prophet. That would be very bad. We're about at time here, so I'm going to pause and save once we get out of cutscenes.
This is the Apostle, the Empire's greatest achievement east of Sadir. A monument to our might and to our faith.
Even in Sadir, there is nothing that can compare to this. Why was it built so tall?
You're asking the wrong man. I don't question the infinite wisdom of the Six. I have absolute faith in their decisions.
Great.
Of course, as do we all.
Go right inside, Apostle. The
The
emissary
Azadi-like religion is like saying the sun is warm. Hey, perfect timing. Future Marstead, you're currently playing as the Apostle. Just go into the tower, and it looks like the story is going to carry itself forward. There's nothing pressing or possibly get lost at the moment. Cool. Thanks, Yukipo, again for sharing this series. I really, really like Longest Journey. I'm excited to play through all of it. We're getting close to the end of Dreamfall, so I think we'll be able to do chapters pretty soon, maybe sometime in 2020.